Hello, everyone out there. I'm Boko, the Metropolitan Vic Diesel Electric Type 2 here. Um, technically, I'm here with my friends Emily and Oliver, and we're just here at Wellsworth doing a live stream, and just here to have some fun and hang out for a while. So yeah, please ask us any questions you like, and we'll try answering as best we can. Anything you two want to say?
I actually don't have too much to say right now.
I understand. I read a comment saying the whole hour just passed. My major apologies. Our drivers were having some difficulties.
Yes, it was awful.
Yeah, that and we had to wait until some other engines had to arrive. So yeah, but yeah, if you need for now, just me, Emily, and Oliver. So if you have any questions for either of us, please don't be shy to hesitate. Please don't be shy. All right. I mean, the rules are in the chat, as you can tell. I mean, in the description. So yeah, you all know the rules and everything. So let's get started whenever we can.
Oh, Boko, I think we got a question for you.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, from Sodor and Harbor's Productions. Boko, do you remember Wretch?
that tanker truck. Oh, I remember him. He was so rude and arrogant. Oh, how can anyone ever stand that tanker? I'll never know. Oh,
Well, at least he's isolated in that shed.
well, I remember when Sir Topham had turned him into I forgot what they call me. I forgot what they call those. Um, um, well, as far as I know, he was thrown in the water. Let's go with that. Okay. I got another question from Dylan Vo. If I said the name correct. Boko, what are your favorite engines on Sodor? Um, well, technically, I like all the engines, believe it or not. But if I have to choose some of my favorites, I'll have to say Edward because he was my first friend when I first came here. Bill and Ben, those two. I mean, no disrespect to them. I mean, we're good friends. Just we're good friends. It's just you know how they are sometimes. So I'll have to say I'm going to say Edward, Duck, and I'll just say Bill and Ben just for the heck of it.
Yeah, and although, what are your thoughts on Donald and Douglas, Boko?
Huh?
Like, what do you think of Donald and Douglas?
Oh yes, oh yes, they're quite friendly tanker engines. Let's just say when I first met them and they first met me, let's just say they were not very keen to see me. Let's go with that. They disliked me, and I don't.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
though I really can't blame them. I really can't blame them for not liking me. I can't blame them. I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah. Duck and Edward told me about that.
Yeah. We got a question here for Emily. Emily, from Sodor and Harvard Productions. Emily, how is your brother Sean? Who's Sean?
Well, I
Emily?
don't really know actually, because I have been suffering from him for very long time. So I'm sorry, I don't really know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's okay. Okay. Um, okay. Here's a question for you, Oliver. Oliver, why does Toad use Mr. or Mrs. like Mr. Oliver or Miss Marion? That's a good question.
Oh.
Why does he do that?
Oh. Oh. Why Toad does that? Well, that's just Toad's way of being polite. It's just he doesn't want to come off as too rude at times. So he always, uh,
Sometimes, every time I see that brake van, he's always full of heart and spirit. I don't see no bad wooden plank inside him at all.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, this is a question for all of us. From James to everyone, who is your favorite red engine?
oh no, not these.
Really, James?
Oh, come on, James, really? Well, take no offense, but you were quite rude to me the first time you came. The first time. I remember. Come on. I remember when you called me, Buzzbox Diesel on wheels. It was well. You still got your comeuppance after that bee incident. So yeah, but if I would have to go with a red engine, it wouldn't be James. I mean, no disrespect to you, James, but I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to go with Oliver. I'm gonna have to go with Arthur on this.
Yeah, and as far as red engines go, I'm sorry, James. I mean no disrespect whatsoever, but as far as red engines go, I would prefer Skarloey. He's so wise and
And a lot more cheerful than he is. I mean, he may be red and maybe small, but hey, as Thomas would always say, never overlook a little engine, or that's what the little engines would say.
yeah, and Mike, he's all right, but he has a bit of a temper problem.
Oh, I can't blame you on that, Oliver.
Hmm.
So yeah. Mhm. So yeah. Of course. Okay, James would say Rosie. Okay, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, Rosie did get
Rosie?
painted. Well, it makes sense. Rosie is red now.
Yeah.
I will admit though, it does look nice.
Let's see. Oh, how many American engines are on Sodor? Also, have you seen any green pigs? They stole some
Green
egg.
pigs? What's green pigs?
Oh, I think I know what he's talking about. I think he's talking about some characters from a mobile game known as Angry Birds.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't. I really don't pay attention to that. So yeah, I think we'll have to skip that one.
Yeah, but
No,
as far as
sorry. So yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry. Um.
as
Oh.
as far
Oh. Sorry.
oh, sorry.
Well, actually, here's another question for you, Oliver. How is Duck?
Oh, Duck, he's doing all right. In fact, I think he might join the stream later. But
Yes. I did tell him a little earlier. Possibility he might be here quite soon. I just don't know when he'll come. But he'll be here soon.
yeah.
Okay. Certain Harbors asks Oliver, how are your auto coaches and Toad? Well, of course we all know how Toad's doing.
Yeah, Toad, he's fine. It's just he wasn't able to join the stream. He's helping Douglas with another goods train. But as far as Isabel and Dulcie, I haven't heard from them in a while. I mean, ever since they got shipped to the mainland, things haven't been the same without them.
I'm pretty certain you'll see him again. In fact, I think I ran into him in a museum somewhere when I was delivering some freight cars to the mainland at one time. They asked me how you were doing and how much they miss you.
Yeah, and I think they're an exhibit in a museum somewhere now.
Indeed. Okay. Certain operators ask to everyone, do you remember Phil Bo?
Phil Bogaston. Ugh, that snake of a man.
I don't really pay attention. Who is this guy?
Yeah,
I
I don't know him either.
Yeah.
Bill,
Sorry, but me and Emily don't know. So
Bill,
try.
Bill Fergus.
So yeah, I think we'll have to skip this one. I'm afraid. As a
Ac-
sub-
Actually, I know who this man is.
Oh really?
Oh dear.
That he's a snake. That's what. The, he tampered with a lot of oil companies to make his look like the only reliable oil source, and so the Fat Controller completely cut ties with his oil company.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh
And
no.
he's the one who set Reg to cause all these problems on Sodor, like say that accident with you and James Boko.
Oh wait. Oh wait. That's a guy that was his owner. Oh my.
Yes.
Oh my. Oh dear. Yeah. Moving on from that. I'd rather not talk about that guy anymore. He seems mean. Oh, a question for you, Oliver. Oliver, due to your Scruffy incident, what do you think of Alice I keep
Elias.
Elias Rolling Stock Rekka.
I actually don't know who that is.
Yeah, sorry. Only try asking us questions that we might know, not questions that you know from a different saga or something like that. Some of us might have been there, but a lot of us might have not. So yeah, we may not have that. We may not have an answer for all of them. So yeah, we'll have to skip that one. Sorry. Um,
Oh, we actually got a question for Emily
uh,
from.
from Kitty. Can I can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry.
Katerina, kitty cat.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So she asked Emily, "Can you tell us how you felt when you had to work with Donald Douglas that one time near the end? You look a little frustrated."
Well, actually, I do have complex feelings on them. I know they're not that bad nature, but actually, I don't really like it when they're arguing.
Oh, I can quite agree on that. Donald Douglas has a tendency of overreacting and getting into arguments a lot. Though to be honest, when I first met them, they barely even argued to be honest. Unless you count Bill and Ben.
Ooh, so a question for Boko from Sudrian Harbor Productions. Boko, do you remember stopping the thieves who stolen the gold?
Oh, I remember that. I remember that day. It was a great pleasure for me to stop those thieves. Boy, I was so smart enough to real. Luckily, I was smart enough to realize that there was a level crossing coming up, and luckily, those robbers didn't notice me at all. They thought I was just They thought I was just a moving freight train. And next thing you know, I stopped along the crossing, and they crashed into one of my cars. Oh, lucky there was no faces on them. Otherwise they would have felt the pain. So yeah. As for the robbers, they got arrested, and for my heroicness, the guy who made the gold of the gold company decided to reward me with a round golden plaque with my picture on it, engraved in gold. I was so happy that day.
Which I must say looks absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you, Oliver.
Both me and Emily have a question from Dylan Vo. Are you too tired of Donald and Douglas arguing? Tired of it is an understatement. I'm really fed up
Oh,
with
of
their
course.
I'm really fed up with their arguing right now because I work with them daily on the Little Western and ugh, their arguing just never ends.
Oh dear. I'm I'm very sorry to hear that, Oliver.
Yeah. Yeah, I could agree with Oliver on this. They really need to stop arguing. Okay. Mm, um, I got a message from Domus with Bubbles. Boko, how much of main what's that word?
A menace.
How much of a menace are Bill and Ben?
Yes.
Well, they're not much of a menace. There's just a bunch of tangent twins that like to tease and cause some confusion in the layer bit. Unless they're not like the troublesome trucks. But I mean, they're good-hearted. I have to admit, they are good-hearted. But sometimes they like their pride, and because it's just twins and they work at the China Clay, they think they can be funny enough to actually pull pranks on people and engines. Technically, I remember the time when when they made fun of Timothy for no good reason.
Yeah, and in all honesty, Bill and Ben aren't menaces. They're just plain mischievous.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I remember the time when Timothy told me that Ben came on his line. He told him, "Careful, Ben," and Ben just like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." Oh god. Oh
Yeah,
god.
and
Come on. I mean, come on. Can you imagine someone just doing that to you? Come up to you and go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah," like that all the time. I mean, think about that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
and also, also I'm gonna be I'm gonna be straight honest here. After that trick I pulled on them about the small railway engines, I think they behave better when I'm around them.
Chip, you're lucky. You're lucky. You're lucky. My first experience with them, oh my god, they nearly made my eyes pop out.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be able to handle them if Edward's not around.
I see. Now, let's see. Hmm. Didn't vote to Emily. Remember when you helped Henry when he was sick?
Well, yes.
I saw Henry sick a few times, but what happened to him? That what happened? But when you remember the way you remember that happened some time ago. What happened? I wasn't around for that part. I don't think I was around for that when that happened.
Well,
Well, it was
well,
just he felt very, very weak, and he cannot to pull too many trucks.
Oh, okay. Now that come to think of it, I think I have heard the story of Thomas and
Yeah,
Percy. I think I have. I think I heard a story from Thomas and Percy about tricking Henry to pull so many cars.
yeah, yeah. Look at those two. They don't really care about Harry.
Well, they do nowadays. But yeah. I mean, no for the Thomas and Percy. I mean, they mean well, but sometimes they can be cheeky. Sometimes. I mean, at least they're not like Bill and Ben. Yep. Anyway. Okay. Serene Harper says, Oliver, do you remember your hangout on the mainland?
oh, my hideout there. Well, you see, I think this story has been told plenty of times. A friendly signalman was, kind enough to let me, Toad, and Isabel hide out on an old quarry branch while diesels were out looking for us.
Well, technically, at that time, I wasn't built yet, or maybe I was. I just wasn't. I just wasn't there at the time. So yeah,
Yeah, Boko, I don't think you were one of those diesels is looking for us. You're
yeah.
too You're too friendly to, be a howling diesel.
I'll take the compliment. Thank you, Oliver. Let's see. Uh, okay. Okay. I think this question. Okay, I think this question goes to all of us. Why do troublesome trucks cause trouble if they're more likely to be destroyed? Oh my. That's a very good
Oh,
question.
how should I know?
That's a very good question indeed. I don't know. Trucks are just troublesome, I guess.
Perhaps I could shed some light on that.
Oh, Duck!
Oh,
Hi, Doc!
Hello, everybody. I didn't really notice you guys weren't all paying attention, so I came in the backside of the station. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. Oh, Duck. So yeah, care to tell us about why the trucks are so troublesome?
Very simple. The trucks love to create mischief, and they love making any engine who takes them have a big problem. They love to cause trouble. They're basically troublemakers on wheels. If they get a chance to push somebody, crash someone, or do anything else that they find dangerous that the other engines would say that coach would never do, the trucks will do it just for fun.
I see. Yeah, mostly in your way, in your phrase, Duck, and I hope you don't mind me taking this. But as you would always say, when it comes to those trucks, it's not the Great Western way.
Very true, Boko. Very true.
Okay.
However, those trucks have forgotten one little thing. You don't mess with the Great Western.
Indeed. In
Yeah.
fact, you have a question here, Duck, from Train Guy 2929 Productions. To Duck, does Dilly still live at the station? Oh, is he talking about that duck that Oliver that you played a prank on with Donald?
Oh yeah, Donald's Duck Dilly. Yes, she does. From time to time, she flies in to visit.
We'll never let Duck down with that duck joke.
That was pretty funny, especially because Donald tried pulling the quack quack and his eye laid an egg. Well, he got a mean surprise when he found that duckling in his tender.
Yes, yes. Until that night, he and his crew played a prank on you of having a nest box with an egg in it.
Oh no! Emily
Actually,
left.
Frank, Dilly was actually staying at the shed at the time, and they made the nest box for her for a place to sleep, and she just happened to lay an egg during the night.
Oh my, indeed. Emily, you're back.
Hello.
Anyway. We have we have a question here for Oliver. Do you remember from Kelly's Foster? Do you remember Scruffy? Oh.
Scruff. What I did to Scruffy, that's one of my biggest achievements, if you ask me. I mean, after my little run-in with the turntable, well, it was about time I taught those trucks a little lesson or two. And now, whenever I'm around them, they're intimidated by me.
I wonder why.
Well, as the old saying goes, be careful, Mr. Oliver. You play tricks on him, you'll never be the same car again.
Yeah.
Scruffy learned a lesson and says nothing at all.
And if I could just say something real quick, but I think that the three engines who could handle trucks better than me are Edward, Stepney, and Salty.
Oh yes, I remember that. Edward did tell me. Actually, believe it or not, I actually know how to deal with those trucks myself. Edward told me. Those three told me everything about trucks, and I make sure they don't mess with me, especially how I'm a hybrid, as you might say.
Yes, I mean, they're in automatic order when I'm around them because I'm intimidating to them.
I think we all know why, Oliver. Think about it. It's not too often a truck gets pulled to pieces. If you were a truck and you pulled that stunt and you got broken like that, I think you'd learn to behave.
Indeed. Oh, we have a question here for Emily. Do you remember the globe? What globe?
Oh,
It's a globe in the animal park.
Oh, so that's the one. What happened to that?
The very huge one.
What happened?
Well, it's one of my special deliveries, actually.
I see. Anyway,
and Emily, Thomas told me that you were envious of how the other engines got special loads. Like, say, Duncan had a runaway elephant, Rheneas had a dinosaur skeleton, Gordon got to take the Queen of England to Knapford. Thomas had a jet engine.
Well, yes, actually.
I seem to remember from James' side of you that you lost the globe and he ran into it after coming out of a tunnel.
Well, yes.
Ooh,
I was just want to let everyone know that I have a special delivery.
Yeah.
Others.
Although in James's way, he was being overdramatic. Thomas and Percy told me it was an accident, but he was being overdramatic, going, and I quote, "Ow, ow! The globe hit me and scratched my red paintwork. Oh man, and why?"
Oh no!
oh, we actually got a question for both Boko and Duck from Train Guy 2929. Would you want to visit the mainland again?
Who wouldn't? I go there. Well, actually, I go there once in a while to bring cars down there.
What
I
about you, Duck?
mind going back to the mainland just to see an old friend or two. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Actually, oh, I'm sorry, Oliver.
Yeah, and going back to the mainland to see an old friend, like I'd honestly love to go back to the mainland to see Stepney.
Oh yes, the Bluebell engine. Oh, I wonder how he's doing. In fact, I seem to remember the time when you and Stephanie.
Only one engine I recall seeing very well before I left. He was on a His name was Grant. He was kind of like a brother to me.
I understand. I miss my Leonard. I miss my brother. There's only two of us built. I'm the one on Sodor. My brother, however, as I heard, he's getting an overhaul. I'm D5706, I believe.
Oh, oh, and oh, and guys, I'm sorry, but I'll be right back because Percy had another run-in with Mr. Jolly's chocolate.
Oh boy, here we go again with Percy.
I better get him out of the factory again.
All right, we'll be here for you, Oliver.
All right, I'll see you in a bit.
Yep. Oh, Doug, you have a question from Studio Horror Production. Says, Doug, do you remember William?
I remember William very well. Good chap. Love his not just his personality, but very hard worker. Very
Indeed.
reliable and a good friend.
I never met this William. What's he like?
Well, William is based off of a older tank engine design, but William is basically like me, but he's not over proud of being Great Western. He knows he's Great Western, but he doesn't brag about it like I do. Even I have gotten better, but sometimes even my pride can get to me, and I know that now.
I see. Kelly Foster, how are Bill and Ben? I answered this before, but I'll say it again. Bill and Ben are doing good. Minus their trickery. I still remember the time. Like I said, I still remember the time they nearly made my eyes pop out. Luckily, Edward put a stop to their games.
Edward's the only one who can keep Bill and Ben in order. I sometimes call them the Beeves.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, Paxton.
Hello.
Paxton, what are you doing here?
I was passing by with a goods train and I saw you guys all here talking and I wanted to see what's going on.
Oh, just having a chat, answering some questions for fans, fun stuff like that.
Indeed.
Oh, I see.
Yes, indeed. Hey, let's see. To Emily, do you remember when you helped gouge your hat?
Well, yes.
Well,
honestly, I must say she doesn't really know the real way to.
I could understand that. So Tom did tell me about his mother mixing up everyone's names, including calling Gordon Jeffrey.
It was such a chaos that day.
Who's Jeffrey?
Jeffrey?
Trust me, a lot of engines been asking that.
Some engine Thomas made up.
Yeah. Indeed. Train guy. Wait, we answered that one already. Another one for Emily. Do you remember visiting Black Lock?
Well, yes. Actually, at first I was really scared of that because James, there are some maybe
Uh,
monsters in the Black Log, but actually they're just some seals.
oh, trust me, James told me the exact same story. Or about the monsters at Black Lock. Oh, trust me, I didn't believe him at all.
Well,
Are
just
you talking
ignore
about
Wait a
that.
minute. I thought seals were usually found in the Arctic.
Most of them, yes, but there are some seals that are actually in different parts of the world who actually like warm waters.
Oh, I'll see.
Let's see. I don't see any questions for you yet, Paxton. Okay. If you all have a question for Paxton, please let us know. There's one for you, Paxton. Do you remember finding the diesels? What's that mean?
Oh, I thought that the other diesels were disappearing on me, and I couldn't find any of them.
Oh my. Well,
But it turned out that Diesel was playing another trick on me.
oh, I seem to remember. Oh yeah, I wasn't around at the time. I was probably on the mainland for a long period of time, so I wasn't around during that time. So yeah. To Duck, do you remember when you stalled on the hill? Huh? Stalled on the hill?
I remember. That's something I'd rather not go into. I had had a long day and was tired out, and the trucks kept singing and singing. Duck should play with other ducks because he's no good at pulling trucks. Quack, quack, quack. Oh, back. Oh, back. The trucks thought it was funny until I got stuck on Gordon's Hill.
Hey guys, I see a question for me by the new storyteller. He asked me, why do you find bumpy tracks fun?
That's a good question. Why do you find the bumpy trucks fun?
Because it's very fun, like how you just suddenly bounce around and all that stuff.
Yes, but I seem to remember from Thomas's point of view because after you asked him to go on the bumpy track himself, he lost his puff.
Oh, well, I must have misheard a conversation in between Topham and Stafford.
What's that sound I hear in the background?
Hmm?
Emily, I think it's coming from your side. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. Let's see. Any other question? Another question for Duck. Duck, how did you describe Gordon, Henry, and James when you first came to Sodor?
When I first came, I thought they were nice engines up until they started teasing and ordering me and Percy about. They were pleasant chaps at first, but then when they started bossing us around, that's when I decided to make a stand of my own and get them in trouble with the fat controller.
I mean, for a great Western engine, Duck, you can be a bit cheeky sometimes.
It wasn't being cheeky. It was doing things the Great Western way, informing the controller something was wrong.
Indeed, but do you think sitting on a turntable was the best solution for that?
I wasn't on the turntable. Percy was.
Oh, well.
It was because we didn't do any work that day, we both got in trouble.
Yes. Okay. To Paxton, do you know Bear?
Who's Bear? Is it a grizzly bear? Because I've seen a few bears on my travels.
Oh, I think I ran into Bear one time. On the mainland somewhere. He's a fine chap. D17101 is his number. But he likes Bear better because, well, he said he visited Sodor a long time ago. I mean, he still comes here once in a while, just not all the time.
You
Maybe
know,
that's why I even heard of him.
there is a history behind Bear, which Oliver told me a long time ago.
And what would that be?
Well, when Oliver was on the run from Scrap, from his old line, on his way to Sodor, trying to escape the Scrapper's torch, he was caught by a diesel, but the diesel didn't raise the alarm, and it was Bear who caught him. Bear let him go and said, I won't say anything to Control.
Huh.
That actually makes sense.
Oliver was only one station away from being safe that night he got caught.
Indeed.
Thank God Douglas found him when he did. Otherwise, poor Oliver probably wouldn't be on the bright side.
I see. Oh, I got a question from Kelly Foster. To Boko, how is Derek? Oh, I have not seen Derek in quite a while. Well, ever since his teething trouble incident at the quarry. It's been just a while. It's been so long since I've seen him. I think he's doing good. Possibility he may come back.
Wait, didn't you originally have teething troubles before, Boko?
Yes, I did. Because my engine was so experimental. I'll never forget the day Sir Topham had saved me and decided to fix my engine. And believe it or not, that was the day the first day I came to Sodor was the first day I got tricked by Bill and Ben.
Oh, there's a question here for Emily. It says, do you know 2 new female engines are coming to Tidmouth Sheds?
To what?
Oh, yes, I know.
What 2 new engines?
Nia and Rebecca.
Nia and Rebecca. Oh, what?
No,
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing Rebecca before. She's a Boylake Pacific for the Southern Railway.
Actually, I don't mind these 2. I do want to meet friends, though.
Very impressive. Oh, here's one from you, Paxton. From Kelly Foster. Do you still listen to Skarloey's advice about your wheels whirling? What's that mean?
I honestly don't remember, but I do listen to Skarloey's advice from time to time.
Oh boy. Sorry, it's just that the way you said Ed, I don't remember. You almost sound a bit like Sydney for a minute there.
Sydney.
I'll tell you. What makes Sydney so forgetful? I mean, did he have a faulty something? Did somebody tell him?
I honestly don't know. I think he had a bit of a build error. Like, I think Workman probably dropped something on him, and he probably got a bit of a state of amnesia or something.
That actually makes sense. And well, I mean, even though he's forgetful, he's still quite friendly.
Yeah.
I got a question from Miss Kitty Cat. Sorry if I can't pronounce your first name. I'm sorry about that. She asked, "Hey Boko, do you remember meeting 10 Cents at Tugboat?" Oh yes, I remember when I first met 10 Cents. The first time I saw him, oh my, he wasn't really feeling it. I mean, he worked with us at the docks for a few weeks until one day he was not very happy because he told me his contract was almost up. I wondered what happened. But when I arrived at the scrapyard, I heard the merchant say something about maybe scrapping him. Thank God, Miss Emily Ellen had decided to save 10 cents. Hard to believe there's actually 2 controllers on this railway. So Topham and Miss Emily Hatt.
Well, actually, allow me to clarify that. Topham was in charge, but due to health reasons, he had to step down and re-elect a new member of his family to look after the railway. His young daughter Emily is the only one who was compassionate about the railway. The boys wanted nothing to do with it. So Emily chose to be the new controller, elected by her father.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God it was her, and not that other guy.
Norman.
You weren't around at the time, Paxton, so you wouldn't know.
Paxton, let me put it simple. If Norman Spencer was here and he saw you, he would have sold you at an auction.
Yeah, that bad. I remember when he first saw me, he said how ugly I looked and said that my class was a failure, which it is. I mean, a lot of my brothers got scrapped because of it, but at least me and my brother are still around. But he doesn't have to be so rude about it. I mean, I may look ugly in his eyes, but I'm still useful to this day, despite of how I look. But hey, Boko, do you know Fergus? Fergus, is he that blue engine that works at the cement works?
Yes, he is Bilko. He is known for his safety record. And he knows how to handle Bill and Ben almost as well as Edward.
I guess that kind of explains why I heard Ari and Brett chuckling several years ago and said, "Did you see that little blue engine run after they saw him?" Oh man, Ari and Brett have a lot to learn about engines. Another question we have a question here for Emily. Do you remember the Sodor unit laundry? I think you meant to say laundry or something. I don't know.
Well, you mean the laundry, yes? Yes. Yes, I remember that.
I didn't know you carried. So you mean to tell me you carried laundry, Emily?
Well, yes. United.
No offense, Emily, but you're kind of lagging a bit. You're kind of lagging a bit. I don't know why.
Oh. Oh, hey guys.
I don't really want to take them.
I see. Oh, yes, Paxton. Sorry.
There's a question for Doc from Kelly Foster. Do you still hate Diesel after the framing? Wait, Diesel framed you?
Well, when Diesel originally arrived, he tried to show off. It was part my fault, though. I didn't tell him which trucks to take. He took the old ones, and then the truck started singing at him because he made a mistake. I've learned to forgive Diesel, and him and I are good friends now. But always keep an eye on him. Reason why? He always has a sneaky idea floating around in his exhaust.
I guess it must have been a big blow to you when you heard that his class replaced your brothers and sisters on the mainland.
Oh, trust me, there is one thing which I found out just recently. One of my other siblings is still around. He is actually coming to Sodor, and Diesel doesn't know.
Oh, that actually makes sense. Though, to be honest, the way how Paxton said some diesels mistake your class, will they class away shunters like you, Paxton?
Yeah, but to be honest, I honestly don't think I am a classoid. I mean, just think about it, because I do like a lot more work on the railway, while Diesel and Sydney do shunting.
Well, technically you are a Class 08, Paxton, but you're a lot more nicer than any other engine I ever known. And
kind-hearted, if you will, Boko.
What's that sound?
I think it's coming from Emily. Emily, what's that sound? Alan, it sounds like it's coming on your side.
Sounds like a coffee machine.
I'm not gonna guess what it is. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But anyway, Pat. Here's one from Pat. Here's another one for you, Paxton. This is a good one, Paxton. How did you first come to Sodor? Well, that's a good question.
Well, I used to work on the mainland, and I guess I was partnered with Diesel for a short while, and then we were working on a heritage railway, and we heard word that we were going to be sold to Sodor.
I see. Okay, we got another one from Kelly Foster. Remember the Lost Puff? What Lost Puff? Oh, wait.
Oh, that was the whole thing. I kind of mistook for what he told Snap at the shunting yards after Thomas went over the bumpy track near Napa when we were told not to.
I guess that kind of explains why Stephen even was confused about after you saw when you saw what was a cloud.
Yeah.
Oh well, we all make mistakes. I mean, think about Paxton. We are diesels, but we may not know about steam engines, but we know a thing or two about how they run and everything.
Yeah, I'll agree. Oh, I'm just gonna realize something.
What's that?
So far, all of us in this stream, we're basically all green engines.
Okay, now I admit we are the only green engines here. Besides.
Hello.
Huh? Sorry. Did you say something?
I'm going to have some call and drink later. I'll do it.
Okay.
Alright.
So yeah. So I guess Emily left, huh?
Yeah.
Oh well. She'll be back later. Paxton. This is from Don't Mess with Bubbles. Paxton, were you scared were you scared too when that bridge at the Blue Mountain Quarry came down on top of you?
I was just concerned about Rheneas because I didn't want to see him get hurt. But I guess the next thing I knew, the parts of the bridge came tumbling down on me.
I see. I also heard from Sir Handel that a little rock hit you and you went, ow.
Yeah, I was really damaged after that accident I had, but I was all right. Emily took me to the not the steamworks, I mean the diesel wax.
I see. We have a question for Duck. How are Alice and Alice and Mirabel. I can't really pronounce the names, to be honest.
Are you talking about not Isabel and Dulcie, but my two auto coaches?
I think that's it. I think so. I mean, it says so right here.
Oh. Well, they're doing fine. They've just been really busy. A lot of work lately going on.
That actually does make a lot of sense. Here's one from Sir Handel Productions. Paxton, remember when you was a ghost and scared Diesel with your ghost voice and Diesel reversed and derailed?
Oh yeah, that was the time when Diesel was being a Scrooge on Christmas. Me, Thomas, and Emily, Lee and Salty agreed to play as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. And I actually did a pretty good job of doing the ghost of Christmas present.
I could agree with that.
I must be good at pretending, I guess.
Oh boy. Miss Kitty Cat asks, have you ever met Glenn the Coffee Pot? I'm not sure who this question goes to, but I think it goes to.
Uh,
I think this question goes to all of us. I think.
I've never met Glenn before. Who is he again?
Well, he's a coffee. As far as I heard, he's a coffee. He's this coffee pot engine. I never heard or seen of a coffee pot.
Coffee pot?
And like
Coffee?
Glenn is known as a coffee pot. He was the very first engine to run the Farquhar branch line, and he helped build the railway years ago. He was retired at the end when Thomas took over the Farquhar branch. Instead of being scrapped, Glenn was put in a museum.
Look who's here.
Oliver, you're back.
And
Hey,
so is
guys.
Emily.
It's me again. Oh, Owen. Hi, Paxton.
Hi, Oliver.
And welcome back, Emily. So yeah, good to see. So yeah, wow. I guess we really are the green engines of Worldsworth.
Oh, we're probably going green.
It must be Earth Day, I guess. Anyway, Certain Harbor is protected as Duck. How are your slip coaches?
I remember using them very well, but a lot of the other engines say it doesn't take practice. It takes a lot of practice to get used to them. Otherwise, you either stop too far or too short of the platform.
I don't know much about slip coaches.
Allow me to explain on the situation. Slip coaches are coaches that can be uncoupled while we're rolling along the line and that can stop themselves at the station.
Ooh.
They used to use them on the Great Western years ago, but they retired most of them.
I guess that kind of explains the incident with James. I seem to remember that after you took Emily's shed that night when you were helping out. No offense to that, Emily. Emily? Okay. So yeah, other than that, okay, let's see, what other questions are there? To Oliver, was Nancy among the kids you crashed into that snowman? What snowman?
I'm sorry. There was a lag for a minute.
Kelly Foster was asking, was Nancy among the kids when you crashed into that snowman?
I think so, but I'm not sure. I think she was still working for her father on the Skarloey Railway.
I see. Oh, another one from Kelly Foster to Duck. Remember when you helped Percy after his chocolate crunch?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Chocolate crunch? What do you mean?
Technically, last I heard from the other engines, Percy was bringing some cars full of chocolate to the chocolate factory, and the tracks were slippery. Don't know how. So that's still a mystery. He crashed into the chocolate factory, and he was all covered in chocolate.
Percy told me that story, how it actually happened. He had had a hard day working. He had delivered coal to docks, fuel at the foundry, and he also had about 4 or 5 other deliveries. But anyway, when he went to go to the chocolate factory, he was actually going to deliver sugar to the chocolate factory. There was a tanker sitting on the siding full of fresh chocolate syrup. It leaked all over the tracks, leaving the rails with a chocolate coating, if you will. Percy, unaware of this, just carried on minding his own business. He came down the hill, not paying attention. The rails got slippery. He tried to stop. He slid. Next thing he knew, he came out as Bon Percy.
Wait a minute, but Percy...
What? Oh, sorry, Doc.
That was me. But from what I heard from Percy, he said that the tracks were covered in oil.
That's what I heard as well. Where the chocolate syrup come from?
Well, here's the funny part. A diesel was scheduled to take that tanker away, but the diesel was leaking oil.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Well, I can tell you for a fact, it wasn't me. I promise you that. I wasn't around at the time it happened.
I'm pretty sure it was probably Mavis. I don't know.
Mavis isn't allowed to go past the station.
Possibility. If I would have to make a guess, I think it was rather Diesel.
No, I got one other guess. There was one other engine who was nearby when that whole thing happened. He was actually on Sodor visiting.
Oh, really?
Strange little diesel, a silver fella. What was his name?
A silver
fella, very lazy. Small diesel.
Wait a minute. Lazy? Gray?
Norman?
Are you talking about Dennis?
That's the chap.
Who's Dennis?
Oh, he's Norman's brother.
Oh, I've never met him before.
He's lazy. I ran into him in on the Mainland. Oh my God! Every time we try giving him a job, he would always have ask me or another engine to take it for him. He was extremely.
He always liked to make excuses just to get out of work.
Oh.
Now, let me give you an example. The day that Thomas actually had the day off, he got sucked into work because Dennis was playing stupid and being lazy.
And believe it or not, me and Duck and I actually had a run-in with Dennis.
Oh boy, don't remind me. He's a pleasant chap, but don't ever ask him to help you move trucks.
Yeah. In all honesty, his laziness, it's worse than Daisy.
Daisy at least does some work, unlike Dennis.
Yes. Okay. Benjamin Pierce has asked me this question a few times. I think I've answered this. Boko, do you like Fergus? I mean, I've seen him a couple of times. I mean, I think he's a fine chap. So yes, I count him as a friend. So yes, it's just yes.
Although Fergus can be a little over the top when he says things like "do it right" or something.
I remember that hearing that from Bill and Ben.
Here's the thing about Fergus. He's an older engine, but he's very experienced, and he has a flawless safety record.
Kind of reminds me of Arthur with a spotless record.
He takes it to heart, though. But the thing is with Fergus, though, he always likes to show the other engines what to do because he has done the jobs that they have done before.
That actually makes sense.
Oh, we actually have a couple of questions for Paxton.
I see him.
Oh?
And from Kelly Foster to Paxton, are you friends with Toby after the Lost Puff mess?
Well, of course I'm friends with Toby. I'll sometimes see him from time to time, and we sometimes chat a bit.
And also from Benjamin Bierce, Paxton, do you know Bear?
I kind of answered that question earlier, and I don't really know him.
We answered this way before. If you have any questions that have already been asked, we'll let you know if we answered them or not. We're going to skip that one.
Boko, did you tell him about Bear?
We already talked about it. You weren't here at the time. You left to do your job.
Oh.
Okay. To you, Oliver. Do you wish to pull the mail again along with Toad? You pulled the mail train before?
Actually, yes. I was feeling so limited with my work. All I could do was just shunt trucks in the yard. All I wanted was a nice run, and I got so angry at that I pushed some trucks into the turntable well, damaging the turntable itself severely. And for my punishment, Sir Topham had sent me to, take the mail run, which honestly, it was actually a pleasant run, and maybe I'll do it again. But I don't know if Toad will be allowed to come.
Um, I see what you mean, but going back to that, when you said book the car, shut the cars into the turntable, well, that kind of reminds me of the time they did that to you. And so technically, it's kind of like something called reverse psychology or something like that.
I guess you could say that.
So basically, what happened was the trucks just started complaining. Oliver got fed up, and eventually he just made a mistake.
Guys, hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go do something real quick.
Oh, okay. We'll be here for
I'll
you.
be right back too. Apparently, my driver needs a haircut, so I have to go to Crosby to the barber shop that they moved to a new siding.
All right.
Incline of Gordon's Hill.
Just be careful not to crash again. Sorry.
I guess it.
Maybe I'll sick Bill and Ben on you.
Okay, pretend I didn't say that then. So yeah, while Paxton and Duck are away, I guess it's you and me for now, Oliver. Okay. Believe it or not, you guys have a question from the new storyteller, Oliver. Have you visited Thomas's branch line?
Well, I've been there a couple times. You see, a few times when Thomas was ill, I actually helped with some of his work, like, say, take Annie and Clarabelle on their runs, who are actually lovely coaches. And
I see. Oh, I got a question from Kelly Foster. To Boko, have you met Mavis before? I have met Mavis. Let's say I go to the Diesel Works a lot, and I've actually seen her several times. Me and her are good friends. She's very kind and friendly. She works at a quarry. We both work at the quarry.
Yeah, and I think that Mavis worked for you. Mavis worked with you. Sorry, when Thomas and the other engines went over to the big city.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, we did work together on that.
As a matter of fact, I think that it was you, Mavis, Bill, Ben, Donald, Douglas, and myself.
It was. And some other engines. Anyway. To Boko, which horn do you like better, season 2 or 3? I don't get that question at all, to be honest. If you're talking about my horn is quite unique. I'm going to go with I don't know. Technically, I think 2 or 3 are the same, so I'm gonna go with both on this one. So yeah, you gotta try to be a little more specific next time. I have no idea what you're talking about. To Oliver, do you think Duck gets a little bossy sometimes?
Well, I wouldn't say bossy per se. I just think that he gets a little too over the top with the Great Western Way sometimes, because I honestly don't think that the Great Western Way is the only good way to do things. I mean,
don't let Duck hear that.
Oh, you better be careful, otherwise Doug might come barging in here and giving you some more talk about the Great Western Way.
Trust me, do never, for a great engine like yourself, never say that in front of Duck. Trust me.
Unless he might come back any second and suddenly hear everything you just said.
I'm just happy he didn't. So let's just pretend we never said anything like that. Anyway.
I might tell him just to, poke fun at him.
Oh, you cheeky engine.
Oh, you're cheeky, Oliver. Anyway, another question for Oliver. How did you and Duck react about Baldy stealing your pastures, and how did you react when he got turned into a hen house?
Our reactions were pretty much summed up in both the TV adaptation and in Reverend Audrey's book. We were both furious at Bulgy, but I think that it all came back to bite him because Duck told me that he got wedged under a bridge and he was a hen house for a while, but unfortunately he's back in passenger service.
I see. I got a question for Paxton. From Kelly Foster. Does Deedle 10 still treat you as your assistant?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that anymore. I stand up for myself and learn that I'm my own engine, and I don't take orders from a big bossy diesel like him.
Oh, just be happy he's not here. If he was here right now, he'd be going, Paxton, come here. Paxton, do this. Paxton, do that. Oh, trust me. I would not be hearing the end of it.
Bogo, you have an impeccable impression of Diesel 10.
Oh, I thank you.
All right, that's enough. But
yeah, that's really creepy.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, well, technically, we got a few questions here for Duck, but he's not here right now, so we'll keep the questions for Duck a little later.
Oh, I know how to get him. I know how to get him back. Duck! Oliver said that the railway is better than the Great Western Way.
Oh no, Paxton, what have you done?
What? I'm just teasing. Besides, it's a good way to get him out.
I didn't say that the wrong way was a good way to do things. I mean, all I said was I don't think the Great Western Way is the only good way to do things. I mean,
well, until Duck comes back. Oh, Kelly Foster asks, Oliver, do you remember when Toad wished to go backwards? Toad went backwards?
Oh, Toad wished he could go forwards, if that's what you meant. Yeah, the trucks, they heard Toad complain about that, and they decided to pay him out for that, and it was not pretty for Toad. He told me that he almost ran into Gordon, James, and Henry. And then the funniest part, he got splashed into a muddy pool.
Oh.
I see. Oh my God. Diesel 10 is in the chat. He just typed something. I mean, he said, pull the lever, Paxton. What lever? Okay. I have no idea what this is all about, to be honest.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, let's just ignore that one. Toboko, do you like to work with better, the Scottish twins or Bill and Ben? I mean, I'm used to Bill and Ben nowadays, but if I had to choose, I have to say Don and Douglas. I mean, they argue a lot, but unlike Bill and Ben, they don't tease or make fun of anyone or cause mayhem or cause confusion and delay at most of the time. But that would be more of my choice, believe it or not. Let's see. Oh boy, we have someone asking to come in. Oh boy. Sorry to say, in case you didn't read the rules, my friend. Technically, the rules here do state that no asking to join. I've already got the cast I need, so it's either they join or not. But if I would choose my own, I would know them.
Oh, look who's here!
Hello, all.
Oh, Edward!
Edward, hi!
Oh, Edward, it's been so long, my friend. How long have you been?
Oh, Bogo, how's it going? I was just dealing with the twins at the clay pits.
Hi, Edward.
Oh, Oliver, how's it going?
Doug will be back sometime a little later. He had to take care of a train right now, but he'll be back.
I bet he's trying to do it the Great Western way.
Yeah. Um, um,
How are you today, Paxton?
Oh, I'm good.
Actually, Glenn, you got a question here. A first question for Edward from Kelly Foster.
Question, eh?
It asks, Edward, do you remember your broken crank pin?
Oh yes, I remember when it broke, and it was painful, I should say. And my driver took off my side plates and said, "Now I have to pull. Now I'm like an old-fashioned engine." And then I pulled the coaches by loosening the couplings, and then I was able to pull the train home. It was raining hard.
Side plates? You don't have side plates like Toby and Mavis.
Did I say side plates? I meant side rods.
Yes, I quite remember that day quite well. That was the day that the Henry Gordon James made fun of you. Luckily, me and Duck stood up for you.
Yeah, old reliable Edward came through.
Indeed, old
I
friend.
remember when the twins did the brake van special. They had a fun time.
Indeed. Another question another question for you from the new storyteller. To Edward, have Bill and Ben pushed you under the hopper to get you dirty when you're asleep?
Actually, not at the moment. I mean, I remember when they first came here, they actually did that when I was teaching them about the clay pits.
And they might do that again because they're probably gonna watch the stream.
Trust me, I still cannot believe they made my eyes pop out on my first day. Thank you, and I still thank you for helping me out with that day, Edward.
Oh my, I'm looking at the chat and I see a lot of questions for me.
Yeah, which one?
Guys, I'll be right back. My water tank is running a bit low.
Okay, Oliver.
All right.
Okay. Here's an exciting one. Edward, how did you react when you first came to Sodor?
I would say it was under construction, and I was really happy to build this railway. I remember when I first built the lines to Knapford. I was with Neil, and I think Winston helped when he visited. He was a rental, of course, and so was Neil. And it was really fun working on Sodor. I'm glad I still run on these rails that I built.
I see.
Oh, who's Winston? You mean the inspection car?
Oh no. It's James's brother.
I think James.
His nickname was Eagle.
Yes, James did tell me about him. Technically, we all call him Eagle these days because of because we were having Winston on Sodor.
Yeah, it's a good nickname, I should say. Just like Duck being originally called Montague.
And Gator, whose real name is what was his real name? I kind of forgot.
His real name was Gerald,
right?
Gerald. That's right. Okay. Kelly Foster asks to Edward, do you remember Bluebell? Who's Bluebell?
I think he was an engine from the Bluebell Railway. He was related to Stebney, I remember. Either he was an E2 or a certain type of E2 that was, I think he visited along with Neil. I know Stepney knows him. You could probably ask Stepney if he ever comes back.
I see. Another question for you from Dylan Vo to Edward. Remember when when Thomas first came to Sodor and you helped him out?
Oh yes, Thomas was really fun to work with in the yard. Of course, he always wanted to leave the yard and see the world. I'm glad he got his own branch line after helping James.
Yeah. If you ask me, it's better for Thomas to run a branch line than James. I mean, can you? Can you honestly imagine him? Imagine what James Ames bragging about having a branch line every day.
Yes. That would have been too many times to count. If I had a nickel, then I would have £1,000,000. Oh, here's a question for you, Boko.
Oh, really?
Saints the Diesel, named Old Stuck Up, first came to Sodor. Didn't you like his attitude towards the steam engines?
No, not at all. I remember him. Oh my God. And God, he was so rude to the others, including myself. And all
And
because
myself as well.
yeah,
I remember when he crashed into the shed wall.
I remember. Oh, trust me, I remember that day. In fact, that wasn't the first time it happened. First it was that Diesel, and then it was James.
I remember when Douglas told me about Old Stuck Up when he was sent away. Like after the Fat Controller told him to be sent packing after crashing, his vocabulary was very colorful.
Oh, the Whippet Bubbles. Oh, this is a question to all of us from this guy. Have you all been caught in Gordon James's game? Pick on the new guy. I never heard that game.
Oh, I see what they mean. I remember when they did it to Duck and Percy, where they just mess with them and just like make fun of them. When it was Duck, I remember seeing them at Natford. I was pulling a local train, and I see Gordon and Henry puff parallel next to Duck, and then just go like quack, quack, wee.
Oh boy.
It was funny, but it had limits. Oh man.
Benjamin. I'm sorry, I really cannot pronounce his last name.
Oh wait, I just realized. Kelly Foster didn't mean Bluebell the engine. He asked, "Do you remember Bluebell the cow?" Oh, indeed, I remember her. It was the cow that was stuck on the bridge with Gordon and Henry. That was hilarious.
I bet Gordon Henry would not be hearing the end of that for a very long time.
They wanted to keep it secret, but after they made fun of me about losing a cattle truck, oh no, I'm not letting that go away sliding.
I quite agree with you on that. Oh man, I still remember the time when Gordon was jealous of me taking his express train, and next thing you know, and the next day he was complaining to you saying it's disgraceful. You know the day I'm talking about, the day when you two, well, the day that Gordon thought a hat was a green flag.
Oh yes, when he said branch lines are vulgar.
Yep, that's the one. I had to give praise to Bill and Ben for teasing Gordon because Gordon disliked branch lines. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God I came along to save Gordon. But all in all, to be quite honest, I quite thank Bill and Ben for putting Gordon a bit in his place.
Benjamin Beers asks to me, do I remember my driver using a rope to stop James? Oh my gosh, I remember that chase like it was yesterday. My wheels were like rods. My axles were like rotting after that. Like they were just so worn.
I see.
It was a fun chase though after I finally got James. Oh man, I thought he was gonna crash into like Kelsthorpe from how fast we were going.
Indeed. Benjamin Beers is also asking you, what are your thoughts on Bear?
Bear? Oh man, I haven't remembered that name in like a while. He was very nice. I remember when he used to be called D7101.
Yeah.
Old Reliable or Spam Can, I guess, was very like rude to us, and when Bear stood up for us, he was very nice to us. Actually, he was quiet, kept to himself at first, and Henry saved him, and then he stayed. Unlike D199 or Spam Can.
Yeah. Oh yes, I remember when the Flying Scotsman took him away.
Yes. Kelly Foster asks, "What's the break van special?" Oh, it's when the twins take they each have a break van and they take the visitors to the clay pits in the break vans and then they show them around, show them the sights of the clay pits.
That seems like a rare train, if you ask me, because I don't ever see breakman specials like that anymore.
Indeed. Sadly, we had to get rid of them because of the China clay rush. After that, in '76.
I see what you mean.
To Edward, why didn't you appear in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the movie? Oh, the movie. I think it was because, well, the event was from the movie. My model wasn't finished for the movie, but I wasn't during the events of the actual real life Magic Railroad. I was taking the Fat Controller on holiday. I was taking him to England to the beach with Lady Hat and his grandchildren.
Oh, and Edward,
Yes.
I think that May, Duck, Donald, Douglas, and Mavis went with you.
I think so too.
I see. Well, I wasn't around at the time, but as far as I know, I mean, my driver showed me the movie, and I apologize about Deagle 10. I mean, I don't know what his problem was with of him trying to destroy the railway. I mean, him just trying to destroy the buffers and try to just to destroy the steam engines. Don't he realize if he destroys the buffers, not only will he get rid of the steam engines, he will be destroyed himself.
Yes, yeah. Benjamin Beers asks, how's Trevor? He's doing fine. He's working really hard at the orchard and everything. I heard there's a bit of more of a rush now in the summer because of the apples growing and selling caramel apples in the fairgrounds. Ooh, I think Dylan Vo asks, how's Philip? He's being better now after I've given him some advice on how to shunt trucks and to be quiet when I'm sleeping at the sheds, since we share them now.
I don't believe I ever met Philip, but if I do, I'd like to see him one day.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
really
I think
small
I like him.
compared to you, Boko.
Oh, indeed. Oh, sorry, Paxton. What were you saying?
I think you'll like Philip, Boko.
He is talkative, but he's learned to control it.
I quite agree. I'll have to take your words for it. Oh, this is to all of us. What was the best adventure of your lives? Oh my,
Best adventure?
that's a good one.
I think I remember this one. Me and Duck went to this one, I think, when we took Percy and Toby, and then like all the other famous eight went to England to the big station, and we all gathered around, and like all these visitors and tourists took pictures of us and everything after the little girl's letter of us going to the big station because she enjoys our books and television show, so she wanted us to meet her.
Oh, I think I remember that. So Tom had wanted me to stay on Sodor to help out for a little while, to help out while you guys were away.
Oh yeah, Oliver, do you remember when Thomas was teaching you how to shunt coaches?
Oh, yes. And then he smashed into that brick wall.
I was
went down the hill.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Let's see. What was my best adventure? Technically, if, I've really been around in a while. I mean, besides book series and TV series,
What about Bill and Ben after they doppelganged you?
Oh, that was not the best time of my life. That was
It was so funny in retrospect.
In retrospect, yes, but it was never. But it was never funny toward me. I mean, come on. Having those two twins tease me and make my eyes pop out. Oh my god, that was the most embarrassing day of my life.
Oh, here's another one for you, Boko. Did you miss everyone after Derek came to Sodor?
Oh, did I miss everyone? I don't believe I left.
I think they just mean like after you left Sodor, like, and then Derek happened to just join the clay pits.
Don't seem to remember that, to be honest. I think he had it backwards. Or something. I don't know, I'm not sure, but But if I would have to say for that, yes, then yes, I do miss this place. And as for Derek, like I said, he's a kind engine. That's all. A kind engine. I mean,
Hello.
oh,
Oh, Emily, you're
Oh,
welcome back.
hello.
welcome back, Emily.
Emily, how's it going?
We'll just have some coal and drink. Nothing else.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
To Oliver, Benjamin
To,
Spears asks, remember when you used to have Neville's whistle sound when you first arrived?
Oh, Neville.
I don't know.
Actually, I think it sounded like Neville's, but it wasn't actually. Like, it almost sounded like Gordon's whistle combined with mine. My driver has his keyboard right next to him. I think he could try and play it.
I see. Oh, this is to everyone from Don't Mess with Bubbles. To everyone. Who had the most amount of crashes on Sodor? They seem to happen a lot.
Thomas.
I never had any accidents, to be honest.
Here's a game my driver and my fireman actually played. Quite up till now, actually. Every time Thomas crashes, they take a sip. They don't take drinks anymore. They don't take a shot anymore. They take sips, or else they'll get alcohol poisoning.
Oh my. Okay. To Kelly, from Kelly Foster to Edward. Do you remember when you and your driver saved Trevor?
Yes. And then Douglas was inspired by us to save Oliver.
And I guess Rusty did the same thing when he rescued Stephanie.
Yeah, so I guess because of me and saving Edward, Trevor, I guess Rusty would have never saved Stepney, and Douglas would.
I see. To Emily. Do you remember scaring Thomas, Ari, and Bert when the white sheet landed on you? I don't remember that.
Oh, yes. It was Halloween.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember I was asleep.
Yes. It was just and Thomas were going to the smelter shop, and then the cheese landed on me. They thought I was a ghost.
Oh, trust me, I'd be scared too. Oh, if something like that happened on Halloween. Anything could happen on Halloween.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, another question for Emily. Do you remember taking the Flying Kipper? I never knew you flew.
Flying Kipper?
I never knew you flew the Flying Kipper.
Oh.
Was this during the time after Henry had his accident at Vickerstown? I'm confused by that.
Well, I can't really remember that actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. We'll have to skip that one. To Edward, do you remember chatting with Skarloey? Chatting to Skarloey about what? Edward? Oh dear.
I think Edward left. Edward's driver lost communication with the internet.
We'll answer that question when he comes back.
Oh, there we go.
Welcome back, Edward.
I swear, this connection at Wellsworth sucks.
It can't be that bad.
Indeed. Anyway.
In these days with this fancy technology. I remember when Alexander Graham Bell made the telegram.
Oh my. Anyway, here's a question. There's a question for you, Edward, from Kelly Foster. Do you remember chatting with Skarloey?
Oh yes, I remember he told me about his first time coming to Sodor on the narrow gauge railway, and then how he told me about Renee's before he came back after being repaired. I actually took Renee's back home to the narrow gauge railway. Oh, Skarloey's face looked so young and happy.
Indeed. Um,
Yeah.
to Oliver, what happened after the snowman mess? After Duck rescued you?
I actually don't remember.
It was, I think, didn't you like snow from now on after being a snowman for the children?
Yes. Oh, I do now.
Oh, to Emily. What was it like on your old railway before you came to Sodor?
That's a really good question. I never knew about your history, Emily.
That is rather a shocking
Well,
question.
well, I must say, a very beautiful railway.
What was it? What was the name of your old railway?
I think it's called Great Northern Railway. I think. Yeah.
The Great Northern Railway, where that's where Ryan came from.
Oh, so you're related to
Yeah.
Ryan, eh?
Not
I think
Maybe.
Gordon's also from the Great Northern Railway too.
well. I remember another tender engine that came from the Great Northern Railway herself. Her name Gordon knows her quite well. I think her name is Alice. Alice, I think.
Oh,
Alice, eh?
never heard of Alice.
It's a bit of a
Alice.
it's quite a story. Technically, Gordon told me about him and her being good friends, and how they worked together back on the mainland, way before Gordon came here when he was young and green. Hard to believe.
Cedric Harbour's production asked me a very good question. Did you remember taking the Flying Kipper? Well, I remember taking a Flying Kipper. It was when Henry was at the works being mended after his accident in his old shape, and I took one of his trains, and then Gordon had to take the rest. I thought it was fine. I mean, I didn't mind the smell. Gordon, however, just didn't like trucks in general.
I seem to remember that Thomas hates the smell of fish as well.
Yeah, but not as much as Gordon, though. Or James.
Oh,
James just doesn't like trucks at all. He doesn't even like touching them. How ironic.
Well, let's just be honest. James pretty much hates everything.
except
Yeah,
for his
except
paint.
himself.
Yeah,
Except himself and coaches.
yeah. Next thing you know, maybe this year this is just me, but maybe for Christmas this year, I should give him my Christmas gift for me to him would be a giant Mia just for him.
Oh, Oliver, you have a few questions. Remember when you and Toad saved a whale, and did the whale you and Toad saved have a name?
Oh, the whale.
Oh, I never know that
Total.
he has a name.
I hope it's not Monstro.
I bet
I
it's
honestly
Free
don't
Willy.
know if he does have a name.
Or Moby, you know who.
Wasn't the
Oh.
whale's name Willy,
Well-
and you freed it? But
Oh!
Well,
There are some
Willie,
asking
I think
me,
Willie, I think we're talking about the wrong story.
like,
well, maybe it's related
there
to
are some
Willy.
questions. Like,
Um,
who do you like working with better, Donald Douglas or Bill and Ben? Well, I must say I still prefer Donald Douglas, actually.
that actually makes a lot of sense. Just like that was my question, like almost an hour ago. Kelly Foster. He's asking Oliver.
And
How long have you been friends with Toad?
Ever since I first arrived on the GWR.
That actually makes a lot of sense. YouTube been around for a long time.
Hey,
Yes.
Joker, what time is it?
Judging by my driver, it's 5:53.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
boy.
no!
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
good and bad.
How's it going?
Oh no! Not these two.
oh no.
Poco, good to see you.
Hello, Bill and Ben. I hope you two are not up to your tricks again.
Behave, you two. We're on a live stream. What's a live stream?
Technically, a
What
live
your
stream.
driver's got there on this computer?
Technically, we're doing one right now. Technically, our drivers set up these headsets and computers for us to talk to to the people around the world, and for them to ask us questions and for us to answer.
Really? Oh, we'll behave for our fans. Yeah. Does anybody have questions for us?
I'm not sure if anyone has. I'm not sure if you have any fans.
Hey,
Um,
now, I mean, that's a bit harsh.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just I'm just worried that these two might smash the computer by accident.
Oh
We
boy.
will not smash the computer. Yeah. We'll behave, I swear.
Yeah. Technically, we've been talking about you. Technically, we've been talking so far. We've been talking about you two lately.
Really?
Yes, us. A couple of us asked us to. In fact, one of them asked me one of the times that when I first came to Sodor. I'll never forget that day of what you two did to me.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
No, not to me. It wasn't. Thank God Edward was there to stop you.
I mean, you did steal our trucks without asking.
It was an accident. I was new.
Then again, accidents happen, you two. Why else is Sodor known for derailments?
Sheesh, I'm surprised the China clay pits is rare, has a rare case of accidents over there.
Well, thanks to Timothy and Marion helping out there, and, of course, that's in good shape.
Here's a question from Clay Foster. To Boko, did you look after Bill and Ben when the others left to England? Oh, yes, I kept an eye on them. Everyone told me a few things about Bill and Ben, and if they didn't behave, I would take away their cars.
It was fun regardless. Yeah. I remember the time we messed with Derek.
When did you mess with Derek? I don't recall you ever doing that.
I don't remember you doing that
Actually,
either.
we mistaken Derek for having a toothache.
Oh, that incident.
Well, it was just a silly rumor. Well, it was just a silly rumor that was spreading around. It wasn't anything too bad about Derek.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Benjamin, do you like Thomas? Yes. Me and Thomas are good friends. I mean, at first Thomas took a dislike to me because I was the Diesel, but and after the whole Diesel incident, I can understand why.
Oh,
Everybody loves Thomas.
That really likes Thomas.
Well, think about why do you think they call the show Thomas and Friends? That actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, like, I know someone who really likes Thomas.
Who?
You know what I mean?
Who?
There was this Indian engine called the Shima, and Thomas was just like, oh, how do I say? He just simply,
Ooh.
Oh, Emily, there's a question for you. Do you remember taking Annie and Clarabelle?
Oh, yes.
I think that was on your first day.
It was an accident, you know?
Yes, I mean, Thomas did forgive you after giving you your new coaches.
You know,
And you did save Oliver.
You know, judging by that episode, what my driver showed me it, and when Emily whistled hello to you, you just looked at him with a straight face, not a smile. I mean, usually a cheerful engine. Was there some? Were you upset when you saw Emily pulling Annie and Clarabelle, or what was it? Edward.
Oh, sorry. I was keeping an eye on Bill and Ben, literally.
I see. Bill, we have a few jokes for Bill and Ben. We have a few things for Bill and Ben here. Kelly Foster asks, Bill and Ben, if Fergus broke a rule, what would it be?
I'd say it was I think it was when we were messing with him when we kept the trucks in front of him and a siding. He nearly derailed them actually from getting so mad. He tried to push him out of the way. All the stone on the tracks.
Actually, I'm saying if Fergus broke a rule, not him actually breaking one. What if he did? What would you do?
You would probably just overload the hopper a bit too much. He's a goody two shoes. He would never break a rule.
Okay, another one from Benjamin. From Benjamin. To Bill and Ben, have you ever met Diesel?
Too many times to count. We remember the time we gave him some stone trucks and the brakes were on all of them. He tried pulling them and the coupling snapped.
I don't believe that was you two that did that.
It was when you were on vacation, Boko, and Edward was on the Wellsworth.
I see. I think I better take it from another. I think I better take it from another engine's perspective on that because that's something I'm having a hard time believing. Because
Actually, it did happen. I was taking a train to Wellsworth, and I came back. I see Diesel just like through some buffers, and I had to get the crane.
I see. To Ben, do you still have your gold buffers? Oh,
Actually, they're silver, but they're really nice.
I don't remember you having those anymore. I mean, at one time you did, but I think over the years they turned from silver to black.
Well, they're just a bit dull.
That makes
Similar
sense.
to Emily's bronze buffers. They just like the metal just scraped off.
That makes sense. Miss Kitty Cat asks, Bill and Ben, do you have any siblings?
I think we do in Britain. Driver, can you look that up?
Sure thing, Bill and Ben.
Let's see. Are their names Alfred and Judy?
Yeah, I remember them. We were green just like them.
The only Alfred and Judy I happen to know is that idiotic green B12.
And Judy the Crane.
Indeed. Judging from hearing from Gordon and Henry, Alfred that B12 Alfred 98462 was so rude.
Yeah, he was sent packing after making fun of Henry multiple times.
Sure, I wouldn't put past him. And whatever happened to his partner 87546?
Oh, he was sent to a heritage railway. He's more friendly, actually.
That's actually good. I really wish that Alfred would have changed though. But anyway, away from him.
Benjamin asks to you, Boko, didn't Fergus break the rules before? This is why one of the episodes are titled "Fergus Breaks the Rules."
Is that the episode where Diesel tricked on him?
Oh yeah, Diesel pranked him and said he had to work at the smelters. I mean, I wouldn't consider that breaking the rules. It was just it was a red herring, Diesel said.
Indeed. So yeah, I don't think Fergus actually broke the rules at all. Diesel just tricked him. So yeah,
it was let go.
So yeah, it was let go. Thank God. Thank God. Someone was actually happy about that. If you ask me, I don't think that should be the name of the episode. It should have been like the episode should have been called like Diesel Tricks Fergus or something like that.
Yes. Oh, Boko, does Derek still have teething troubles or no? Kelly asks.
As far as I know, I haven't seen him in a while, so I think he still does. But I mean, as far as I know, I mean, back on his old railway, I don't know where he originally came from, but.
His class has teething trouble, so it's very common.
Wait, hold on for a second. Someone's calling my driver. Hold on a second.
Well, I guess I'll take care of this. To me, remember when you raced against Spencer? Oh, that was when I had to take luggage trucks to the Duke and Duchess's summer house after it was built. Spencer wanted to race, but I was just taking my train slow and steady. It was heavy, of course, and Spencer just like stopped and fell asleep for some reason. I won, I guess. uh, to Bill and Ben, do you remember when you were painted blue? Oh yeah, that was when we were being tricky to Connor. Yeah, I want to be painted green, but I mean, I guess Alfred and Judy pulled it off more than us. What did it feel like winning the race against Spencer? I feel like it was pretty well deserved. I mean, I'm a very hardworking engine. Spencer is a bit of a show off more than Gordon and James combined. I mean, he deserved his loss in the race. All right, keep those questions coming, people. There's other engines here.
Guys, I'm afraid I have to get going. I've got to take a train of stone from the Blue Mountain Quarry to the docks.
Really? Okay. I'll
Yeah,
see you
so
next time,
I'll see you
Paxton.
all around. So,
All
Tell
right.
Skarloey I
bye,
said hi.
Paxton.
All right, and then with you.
And hi, Emily.
Hi. Sorry, there was a network issue again.
Do I wish to pull the mail train again? I guess I would. I mean, if Percy ever broke down or something, I would do it again. Since I now know how to pull it. Last time I did, I was like young and naive, and Percy was more experienced than me at it. Are my brothers and sisters scrapped? I hope not. I mean, there's Serena, there's Sarah, well, Sarah's scrapped, yes. I don't know about my brothers. I heard there was two or three on my old line. Some are working with Albert, some are working with Winston, the engine or Eagle, and I heard some were scrapped. Yes. Do you think Mickey from Victor Tanzig's series might be your brother? He could be a brother, but technically, I guess he is. I mean, since he's built like me. Oh, we have a question for you, Emily. Remember when you took the express after you ran out of water?
Oh, yes.
I think that was when you wanted to be as good as Gordon.
Oh, yes. You know, I want to do my job quickly, so I didn't want to wait.
Yeah, I remember. I was trying to take a train with the express. It was very heavy. I remember my first time pulling it. It was before
I
Gordon came, of
know.
course. To
It's
me,
just a job for those big engines.
hmm. To me, do you remember being mean to Harvey? I was a bit
Oh my god.
criticizing Harvey. I was very curious of his design. I was mainly just confused. I wasn't very mean. I was just like, well, he doesn't look like an engine. He just looked like a crane to me. I didn't know he was an actual engine. I thought he was
Yeah,
just a crane.
but what about Rocky?
Oh, that was when I was in a phase of being just cranky. I think I was just not having enough sleep. I was old and tired most of the time, and it just got to me. Does Mickey work at the SCSS and RC? I think he
Mickey?
does. And Mickey from Victor Tanzik series, he's well known there. Did I want to pay Gordon out
Alright.
for being mean to Harvey? I mean Rocky.
Well,
Hmm.
Edward, Actually, Kelly did want to say Rocky just now.
I'm back. Sorry, my driver was on the phone for a little while. Plus, I had to go fill up on oil, but I'm back now.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Kelly said, do you remember the special coaches? Is that coaches for Gordon?
Yeah, the blue ones after Gordon made like a record.
Oh, yes. Yes, there was a time when Diesel tried to take those coaches away, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. But Diesel also broke a record because, like, that's why he took them, because Diesel broke a record for, like, most trucks shunted or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
I know.
Oh, I seem to remember that. I saw Diesel shunt many cars many times. He was shunting a few. He was shunting some cars for me to take to the mainland a few times. Even though he's devious, he never fails to amaze me. Sometimes he's actually quite good at his job.
His deviosity does be made up after his hard work. I mean, he does shunt a lot. He shunts hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most likely I'll give him praise for all the work he does.
Yes, I don't judge Diesel a lot. Sometimes I just stay out of the Diesel business.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've got a question. Oh, there's a BOGO to both me and Edward.
Oh.
How long have you been friends? Since we became friends after Sir Topham had purchased me for the Northwestern Railway, and after the Bill and Ben incident.
Oh yes, that was I remember seeing you be unloaded, and I said, "Oh, hello, welcome to Sodor and everything."
Indeed, it's
And then I just told you to just that about your job and to take China clay trucks from the clay pits to the harbor.
yes, but I didn't know that those were Bill and Ben's trucks that they shunted. They thought that.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm still not gonna forget that. That's what started our friendship.
Indeed. I mean, you two may be troublesome, but you two are still like friends to me.
Oh, thanks, Boko. To everyone, have you ever heard of Buffer Up and Share? That was a song in the show, I think. It's very catchy.
Oh, so
I don't really remember that.
Oh, it just goes like, everything we share, we buffer up together. Da, da, da. Yeah, like that song. It's from the
Okay.
season 8 or something.
Okay, now the way you're saying that, this sounds oddly familiar. To Edward, do you remember a Holden B12 named Benson?
Benson? I only remember Alfred.
Yeah. I think he's rather talking to Benson in some. I think he's talking about Benson from another series or something like that. Yeah, we're used to knowing who. I mean, Alfred was one thing, but Benson, I never heard of him. I mean, I know there were plenty of B12s back in the day, but.
Oh, to Emily. Did the seals you met at Castle Lock Lake have names? If so, what are they?
well, I don't know. I don't think they do have names.
I think they were just seals. They were very cute, though.
Yeah.
From STTF F2 as auto drama. It's hard to pronounce. It's quite.
I think that's Sam the Thomas fan 2's audio dramas, comic dubs, and more. To everyone, if every resting facilities was equipped with a television, what type of show do you like to watch?
Well, my driver did show me this one show. It's a strange one, but it's a show called My Little Pony. Is it? I don't know. My driver got into it for some reason.
Oh yes, I've heard some engines like that show. It's with the ponies, right? With like the magic and everything.
Yes, 6 ponies. Yes. It seems like a good show. My driver actually, my driver got involved with it. In fact, he called himself a brony. I don't even know what the heck that even is.
My driver showed it to me. I liked it. I'm not a fan of it, however. It's a good show in general. I'm just not a fan. However, my sister Serena really likes it after being shown it.
Your sister Serena, I never seen or heard of her.
Oh, she's a new engine. She recently came.
I'd like to meet her one day.
You will probably.
Hmm. Oh, indeed. Okay. What about you, Emily? What show do you like to watch if you had a television?
Well, well, I'm not really sure, but actually, I was like watching some shows that has about music, maybe.
Music. Hmm. I think I remember some of those channels. People being on stage singing songs. I remember some of them.
Yes.
Oh yes, yes.
Hmm. Yes. Oliver.
But there's a question for everyone.
Oh.
Have you guys heard the story of Clinchfield's 311 lately? Carnival 701 had been making a movie about her.
Um.
Oh, I've seen that. My
Well,
driver
I've
showed me it
never
on
heard of
YouTube.
that actually.
I seem to heard about it. I mean, I've had my driver showed me a few episodes about 311 from America. Why she came to Sodor and what was her purpose, I'll never know. But as far as I know, she seemed like an engine just looking for happiness.
Yes. To everyone, if you had a favorite song from our show, I guess Thomas and Friends, what would it be?
Technically, if I had a favorite, it would have to be who you are and go far. That song really puts up and makes my engine glow.
I actually have two favorites. Togetherness and Rules and Regulations. Togetherness, obviously, because it has me and Henry, and then Rules and Regulations because it's too catchy, in my opinion.
Hmm,
Oh, and Come for the Ride.
I see. Oliver, are you still around?
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry, we just haven't heard you in a while.
Oh, Jesse Ortiz says hello. Welcome.
Hi, Jesse.
Hello, Jesse.
Hello, Jesse.
Oh, to me. Do you remember chatting to Stepney? Ah, yes, when he first visited, of course. We talked about his railway. I saw him thunder past with, like, him and Duck with Golden Express through my station.
Hmm. No comment. Um. Oh. To
Oh,
to Edward, do you remember Emily Davison? Who's Emily Davison? I
I
mean,
have no idea.
the only Emily we know here is well, Emily.
Indeed.
Oh,
Speaking of
oh,
Emily,
interesting.
Kelly Foster asks if you had to name the seals from Castle Lock Lake, what would you name them? I think there was like three, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is a very difficult one.
Hmm. Well, just try your best to figure out what names you want to call them. Technically, if there was a seal, technically, I would name the big seal. Oh boy, I I don't know where this name came from, but my first driver's name was called Andrew, so I would name this seal after him.
Yeah. And then maybe it would actually, why not just call him Drew the Seal? And then one be my driver's name, Joe.
Speaking of which, Emily, who was your driver's first name? Your first driver.
Well, I don't really know, but my first driver is a male, of course, but now my driver is a female.
Ah, but so if you would make a guess, of naming the last seal, what would you call that seal? Because I think that seal, it looks like a female.
Well, maybe.
To Edward, do you remember Alicia Body and how Thomas was to collect her? Yes, actually. Two times Thomas collected Alicia Body. One time, Thomas was collecting her, and he kept hearing the squeak and Clarabelle. And then when she got in, she like screamed so loud, so many windows through random just like broke, and then Golden was just like, "Oh, definitely a color at all, right?" And then Thomas
Oh,
collected her a second time, and the coupling just broke off, and she was just left at the bridge.
hmm.
However, she didn't entertain some people on the bridge, and then Thomas came back.
Kelly Foster asks, "Do you remember chatting?" Wait, no, we already skipped that. We already did that one. My bad. I did one thing. To everyone, do you have fun? Do you have fun on the Godred's Day?
I forgot it was Godred's Day.
Godred's Day. I forgot.
I guess today has been fun.
No, I forgot. Just by curiosity, what do we do? What does Godred's Day even represent? I kind of forgot.
I think it just represents Godred the number one, when he fell down the mountains and everything.
Allow me to explain.
Oh,
King
Doc, welcome back.
Oh, hello, Doc.
Anyway, King Godred was actually one of the rulers in charge long before Sodor had its railways. He was a very well-known, powerful, respected king, loved by a lot. However, his great achievements made some people jealous.
Oh, King Godred, I forgot about him.
That's where Godred got his name from.
Indeed. But the
The
question is,
reason we celebrate Godred's Day is to honor King Godred, not to Coldefell number one, who was an arrogant engine.
so that's what it's all about.
Alright, so 2 questions to me again. How was Toby, and do you remember the billboard? Toby's doing well. He's still sleeping at Arlesdale End since there's no room at the sheds. I talk to him sometimes. And the billboard, I think, had me and all the other engines and Diesel on it. That was very fun to pose for, by the way. And oh, Oliver, you have a question. Do you still talk with Bulgy nowadays, or no?
It's actually been a long time since I've last seen Bulgy.
I heard Thomas saw him at a crossing when Bertie was out of
Yeah,
service
but-
for a couple of days.
Yeah, but that was Thomas.
Do you
Well,
wish to
from what
talk to
I've
him
heard-
again?
Bulgy due to come back to the Little Western, Oliver. We better be on our guard.
Oh yeah, what is Bulgy's real name? We always call him Bulgy.
I think that's his proper. I think that's his permanent name because if you could think about it, it says so on his name tag.
I guess so. Bulgy by name, Bulgy by nature.
Yep. Oh, Doug, you have a question from Kelly Foster. Do you remember the barbershop and nearly crashing into James's train?
Don't
was funny.
remind me of that accident.
I feel bad because that was my train that ran away and
I
nearly made you
know it, but
crash.
I had to help you wrestle those trucks up the hill.
Just
But
like
how the hell did they break away from you anyway?
I have no idea. Like, I think Scruffy was on my train and his coupling was rusty.
trust me, I seen the episode. Scrapper was not on that train, but I remember that CERN box van. You know the way that box van, that box van looks and how troublesome he is. If I were to give him a name, I would have called him Breaker because he likes to break away a lot. He broke away from one of my trains a long time ago.
Yes. To Doc, how'd you get your name Montague? And is it a family name of sorts? I don't know what they mean by family name.
Well, I was originally called Montague on the Great Western Railway before I came to Sodor, but after a incident happening during one of the wars, I think it was World War One or something, I was dashing through a tunnel. I started to wobble at such high speeds. That's where the nickname Duck came into play, because they say I waddle. I don't really, but I like Duck better than Montague.
Interesting. To you and Oliver, Duck, do you remember Wilbert? I remember him too, actually.
I remember him.
Oh,
I
Wilbert.
remember Wilbert very well. Very good engine of the sort, very kind-hearted, respects the rules, but a very hard worker.
Him and
He was
Percy
even-
really
he
relates
was
a lot,
even named-
both being
he was
saddle
even
tank
named-
engines and then Percy bringing the porridge and Wilbert having the milk.
He was even named after the thing clergyman, from what I understand.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Wilbert Audrey actually chose the name personally for him.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember. I even remember the time when he told some of us the story of an engine called 16.
Well, here's something
Oh,
you
him.
might not know. 16 still resides on this railway, but has a different engine.
I quite remember. Oh, I quite remember that.
Oh, I think his name is Sheffield or something.
He
Yes.
used to be
Could be
called
right.
16 from
He's a little
Wilbert.
bit harsh with trucks, but he's a good sort.
I have to agree with that.
So, Duck, how long have you been friends with Percy? Kelly asks.
I've been friends with Percy for years, ever since my arrival.
Indeed.
So,
He was like the first engine you met.
so technically, Percy never once teased you about your name.
Percy's the only one who didn't tease me. Him and Thomas actually showed me the respect I deserve, unlike Gordon, Henry, and James, who have some fun and order him about. Whack, quack, quack, whack, whack.
Oh, I was talking about that too.
Bertie and, I think that Bertie and Terrence had some respect for you too, Doc.
Yes,
Yeah, when
I was
Thomas
running
was
Thomas's
ill, I
scratch
remember
line
I
when
took
he
him
was
to the
away having his
works.
brakes repaired or something.
Yeah, I took him to the works.
I remember that day.
So,
there's-
Edward, do you remember explaining to Percy about what a shortcut means and what is a shortcut anyways? Well, I remember telling Percy this, and then Thomas got the idea of finding a shortcut on his branch line, which was ridiculous. And a shortcut is just a shorter direction of going from point A to point B. In other words,
Shorter
the
route.
shortest shortcut is from point A from point B is just going straight ahead, which is why
Straight
roads have many shortcuts unlike rails.
Pardon me for saying this, but it's pardon for interrupting. But my driver received a text from Henry's driver. He's saying that Henry might be here a little later.
Really? Huh.
Oh.
Oh,
And-
bother.
Come on, Duck. Henry is not as bad as he used to be.
I know Henry, but I'm more concerned about what will happen if James shows up.
Yes.
And Henry's here now.
On with him.
Oh,
Hello.
Hi, Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Hello.
Good
Just
evening.
got back from pulling the kipper. Oh, let me tell you, that kipper. Used to it now, but whatever. I've pulled it for many
everyone
years.
From Sudrian Harbours. Is it
Owen.
about Alfred the Holden
Edward.
being a ghost?
I'm sorry. Repeat the question. Oh, I'm sorry. Repeat the question again. Henry was kind of.
Sorry, Henry. It was a question for all of us. Is it true about Alfred being a ghost? I don't think that's true, is it?
I actually don't remember anyone named Alfred.
I don't think so.
It was when me and Henry first arrived, right? And yes, I don't think he's dead. I think he's still working on another railway.
I think some people are getting confused about confused with Alfred today and the Alfred from a different show.
Yeah, I think it was a fan series.
Let's see. To Henry from Kelly Foster. Why is your forest named after you? You know, that's a good question. A lot of us have been trying to figure it out for years.
I have no idea. I like it. I do.
I guess it's because you and Toby and Terrence like to help that forest a lot.
Oh,
And
definitely. Especially after the incident happened.
and then,
Indeed.
I think Trevor helped up with that day with that too, Edward.
Oh, yes, I took
Mm.
Trevor to that forest. It's a really nice forest.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
I passed there a few times. It's beautiful, so peaceful and quiet.
Oh, Sodor Harbor's
Just
asked
makes
Henry, how is your
one of the
brother
people want to
Peter?
go there.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Sodor Harbor asked Henry, how is your brother Peter?
Peter?
Oh, he must mean that goods engine,
Oh.
Peter.
Oh, he's doing all right.
Uh,
Me and him rarely talk, but
I think
he's
I think Peter is more of your cousin than your brother.
Yes, he's got a weird
Well,
wheel
still
configuration.
kind of the same family around there.
He's got a different wheel configuration. He's got like more driving wheels.
But I consider him family, kind of. So, enough of that.
Yeah, everybody's family on Sodor.
Okay, another one from Clay Foster. Henry, do you remember the flagpole?
What?
Oh.
I have no idea.
I think I seem to remember something about a flagpole being some kind. I think the flagpole being some kind of a new you used. It's quite hard to explain this story.
Oh, Thomas told me this. How you used a ship's mass for this flagpole for Callan Castle, and you didn't want to use your favorite tree.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
to Oliver.
I do not
Why
like
did
the idea of
Toad
using one of the
change his
trees.
mind after the snowman mess?
Wait, what?
Why did you and Toad change? Why did Toad change his mind after the snowman mess?
Probably because of how cold he felt.
Yes, his face was like blue. I think.
Oh, what the? This Serena. Wait, Serena. Is that your brother in that? Is your brother in? Is that your sister in the chat?
Oh, that is Serena. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
You know an engine named Sarah? Oh yes, that's my other sister.
And Serena's asking to Edward, do you know an engine named Sarah? Who's Sarah?
Yes, but she's scrapped now.
Yeah, who's Sarah?
Sadly, she's not she's scrapped on my old railway.
Edward,
Yes.
something I want to know. Has Trevor ever met George?
I don't
Oh,
think
no.
so, and I hope he doesn't, because he would be a very bit of a nuisance.
Oh no! Oh, that's
Imagine that.
I could just imagine Trevor just knocking some sense into George, or George and him having a race.
Serena.
Oh, man.
I think they have met for once, maybe.
Also, Serena is asking. Also, Serena said, "By the way, I love your paintwork."
Oh, thank you,
Oh,
sister.
Oh,
Don't
Yeah.
make me blush. You're making him blush.
she put a blush emoji in the chat. To Edward, when did you arrive on Sodor? That's a tough one. I don't remember the year exactly. Let me check. My driver's checking on the wiki, because that's very useful.
Joking.
Another question from you from Clay Foster. If you didn't have the blue color, what color would you been? Technically, he's asking if blue was not available, what would you be in blue?
Hello.
Edward? I think he's trying to lose Wi-Fi again. Not the first time. Well, I'll ask him that when he comes back.
Hello?
Oh,
Yes?
There you are.
Sorry, my driver's connection is being confusing and delaying.
I see. Anyway, Kelly Foster is asking you if you didn't have the blue color, what color would you be?
I think either my furnace railway red or probably just green, like Henry.
Hey, I'm joking. It'd be a pleasure to have another green engine.
It would, I guess.
Edward the Green Engine.
Oh, now I remember. It was 1915 that my driver's telling me. I was built in 1896. Man, am I that old?
Wait, what? Hold on. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you were there before that year because Thomas, I think, didn't come till. Let me have my driver look on his Samsung phone and
Gotta
check.
look at this on the wiki, I guess.
Yep, on that Wikipedia.
Henry, you have a question here from Kelly Foster. Do you remember the chickens? I think you mean the chicken pox.
Oh no, that really got to me. It was scary, kind of. All right, my driver has the info pulled up on his phone.
Okay, so here's what I looked up. So it says
never
here,
mind.
Thomas was built in 1950 and came to Sodor in 1950.
I stand corrected.
I was built in 1896, and I came to Sodor the same year. Peculiar.
Probably a couple of months. Edward probably came a couple of months earlier. You probably came a couple of months earlier. Sorry.
I think it was January, like the beginning of 1915. Thomas came in
and then Thomas
November.
probably came a couple of months after.
Yeah, Thomas came in November, I think.
Well, I wasn't built at the time, so yeah, breed eagles weren't built at the time. So you steam engines had a lot of adventures back in the day.
Oh yes, definitely.
Indeed. Oh, to Oliver, do you remember when Toad had an adventure with James?
I remember that Toad told me about that. I could hardly believe it, to be honest.
Indeed, I heard Charlie and Stanley telling me that in the shunting yard the next day.
My driver showed me a video about it. I still couldn't believe of what I was seeing.
They adapted that event on the CGI series on the show. It's very intense.
Indeed. Clay Foster asks to Edward, did Bluebell the cow calf have a name? If not, what would you name it?
I don't think it had a name.
I don't know either.
I think I would call her like Tulip or something.
Oh, nice name, Tulip. Serena saying, Edward,
who's calling?
It's coming from, sorry, but my driver is getting a call from from the other side of the pond.
My driver must be on the same call, I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Apparently with mine.
Sorry about that. Anyway, Edward, your sister is saying that she thinks that purple would suit you better than green.
I'm having doubts about that. Edward the Purple Engine, I'm announcing.
I guess I'm just glad to be blue at least. I wouldn't think purple would be good at least. I mean, I would never know. I never had purple.
Speaking
maybe
of
if you was temporarily.
Speaking of purple, Kelly Foster asks, how is Charlie?
Oh God! Don't even remind me of him.
Other than his jokes, he's all right. At least he gets the work done.
Him calling you Eddie and everything was funny, but never mind.
Indeed. Dylan Vo is asking Henry, remember the elephant? If so, what did you name it?
Benjamin Beers asked to Henry and I guess Duck. I remember pulling that train with Duck and having an accident.
First, let me answer the elephant one. Then we'll answer the one. Then we'll answer that one. What was the question again? About the elephant.
The question is, Henry, do you remember the elephant? And if so, what would you name it?
Oh no. I remember the elephant. Yes. Oh, that scared me when it pushed me out of the. Excuse me for a moment. I'm being called away for a short moment.
All right.
So that elephant pushed Henry
sorry,
out the
guys,
tunnel.
but I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, okay, Oliver. I'll see you later.
Yep. See you later.
Right. And you see,
Bye.
I have to go to the
Bye.
I have to go to the steelworks on the mainland tonight.
With
okay.
Toad, at least?
Okay. possibility. My driver said we'll be shut down the live stream a little later, so we'll try asking as much as much we can before we shut things down.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, nice talking to you all tonight.
Yep. See you later, Oliver.
See you.
All right. Bye.
Katerina Kitty Cat asks me, do I remember any of Thomas's brothers other than Timothy? I don't think so. And there wasn't many of Thomas's brothers here in Sodor. Thomas did tell me about a few, like Jerry, George, Jeff. They mainly worked on other parts of the countries, like Ireland, somewhere in Britain. Some stayed on the LBSC.
Diesel 202112 is asking. He's asking, hey Emily, do you enjoy working with Molly?
That's nice. That's a nice question.
Hello, Henry.
Molly, eh? Why, yes, actually.
I seem to remember from Molly's side.
I think she is a very sweet engine.
Indeed. A question for Edward. Do you remember Thomas's trip to the mainland?
If you mean when he went to the steelworks and then he got kidnapped, yes. I remember having to deal with James's complaints on being on the branch line, even though he wanted one back in the early 1900s when he was black, of course, but still.
Serene, your sister is asking, Edward, have you experienced love before? Oh my! I don't think engines can. I'm not sure if engines can understand love or not. I mean, we face it like a and we do feel pain.
I mean, I've experienced love in just caring for my family and friends. I never had a girlfriend or anything. I love romantic love. She extended it.
Romantic.
I don't think so.
I don't think engines can feel love. I don't think.
Well, just imagine this whole situation turning out.
They can't have physical love, like making love, of course. That's physically impossible.
Let's not jump into that part.
Yeah,
we all know
that's physically impossible. Everybody knows that.
Yes. Well, besides the love thing, if we engines could understand love, then probably some of us would have to go for it.
We do. We just we can't.
How else are we so friendly to each other?
I guess that kind of explains why Thomas almost has Google eyes on Ashima for some reason.
Of course, he always does. Then Thomas also has he also cares for Annie and Clarabelle, of course, which is that type of caring love.
Serena just replied again. I know some engines whose interested you, Eddie. Wait.
Oh man. But Andrew. Boko.
Anyway.
I was gonna answer that question about me and Duck. That one.
Oh, the Flying Kipper incident. Yes.
Well, that one really caught me off guard. I did not expect for Duck to crash into the back of the train on the hill.
With the crane, and I just see Duck with fish on him.
Henry, I control to tell you it wasn't my fault. The tail lamp wasn't fixed on properly.
Yeah, and you weren't coupled either.
It still caught me by surprise. A lot of good fish would have been really good for seafood restaurants. Some cod, like fish and chips is what they call it over there at the restaurants. Is what I think what my driver calls it whenever he gets lunch over there every Sunday.
Okay.
A lot of fish with the ways.
But here's something interesting you guys didn't know. You know there's multiple colors of cod?
Really?
The most common one and the most delicious is the orange.
What I always wondered was what color was the fish in Thomas's tank?
Now there's a question.
I bet it was orange, I bet.
Okay, we have a good question here for you, Edward. And this one has been puzzling me for years, and hoping to get the answer for this. To Edward, from Benjamin to Edward, why is Wellsworth your station?
Now that is a very good question, actually.
Oh,
See,
yes.
when I was back when I joined this railway, as I built it and everything, I was left in the shed for many years, and then like engines like Henry, Gordon, Alfred made fun of me, but Henry, of course, wasn't as ignorant, of course, and they just kept saying like, "Oh, I'll never pull trains anymore. They want big, strong engines like us." Then my driver said for me to be taken out one day and took the train. So I got the coaches and went to Wellsworth. And we waited and waited. We got everything situated, all the passengers, and we waited for the guard. It was like 10 minutes afterwards that the guard just came running down the hill with his sandwich in one hand and his whistle and flag in the other. It was hilarious. And I still remember the day that guard blew his whistle and we just set off down the line. It was the best run I had for a long time.
Ah, so that's why they nicknamed it Edward Station.
It was the return of the number 2.
Ah, that makes perfect sense if you ask me. Kelly Foster asks Edward, do you often sing togetherness?
Believe it or not, I actually hum that.
Well, it looks like I've got to go again to take a passenger train. I hate to leave.
Good, Henry.
Oh, Henry, make sure
we
you get a
can't-
wash down before you go. Otherwise, the passengers
cool.
will say you smell a little fishy.
Oh, real funny, real funny. Yes, but I do not want to. We do not want to upset the fat controller. Anyway, cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, Henry.
See you later, Henry. Kelly Foster has a question for you, Duck. Did you make any friends on the Great Western Railway? But besides William, of course.
Oh, yes, I met a couple of friends on the Great Western Railway when I was there. I met a nice, small, young chap by the name of Wendell. Very nice little fella.
Wendell, eh? I've heard of that name before.
I think
There was also another engine a lot of people weren't too fond of. A lot of people said he was a honey and dangus, but anyway. There was another one called Steam Engine, who a lot of people hated. But then on the Great Western, I also worked alongside one very famous engine. I worked alongside the city of Truro, because he is a Great Western.
He whistled to me one time,
I
actually.
also worked alongside someone similar to me, who is kind of like a distant brother, my friend Grant. Grant's a
Really? You never told me about your
9400
brother.
tank engine. However, though, Grant hasn't been seen for years. There is a rumor floating around he's on Sodor somewhere, but nobody has seen him. And I know the other rumor that my sister Shannon has arrived, but I have not seen her either.
Going back to the city of Truro, I remember him very well. Oh, the day he came over to the railway for that day, he was very kind and friendly.
Yeah, he whistled to me when he left the next morning, and when we were talking at the sheds, he wasn't actually vain being a famous engine. He was rather kind.
Yeah, Gordon was just jealous. He thought only he should be famous.
He went 100 miles an hour before he was even thought of.
I see.
But
And
as Gordon would say, Gordon would boast he's the fastest. But in actuality, at that time, City of Truro already beat his record by 3 or 4
Remember when
rounds.
he knocked himself to bits, Gordon?
Gordon ended up doing something surprising. He blew his dome off.
I remember that day.
But there is one other thing, though, which is still kind of mysterious about that whole thing. What knocked his dome loose in the first place?
As far as I remember from Victor Tantic's series, I think what really caused the incident was when he was going under the bridge to Gordon's Hill, a brick might have fell off and hit his dome, making it loose.
That would explain it. But that still doesn't explain the last thing, though. Why did he want to stop and fetch his dome at the end?
I have no idea, to be honest. I guess maybe because he didn't want to be feeling embarrassed in front of the other engines because of the teasing.
Very good point.
And plus, as he once said to both you and Thomas Duck, and I quote, "Never trust domeless engines. They aren't respectable." I remember that. I remember that line. But anyway, um, oh, Kelly Foster is asking me, where did I go before I arrived to Sodor? I used to be on the mainland, on a certain railway. I can't really remember the name of it, to be honest. It's been so long. Technically, I used to work on a heritage railway. I heard it, well, before it became a heritage railway. It was a railway that me and my brothers used to work on. There, I used to pull passengers and goods trains from day in to day out.
Really?
But because of my engine, the manager, not the manager, and all the people that built us saying that we were saying we were failures. Anyways,
Oh, I forgot to answer this one question. Did the guard from your story have a name? It was actually Station Master Jeffries, believe it or not. It was actually when he was nice and he was Wellsworth before Elsbridge. Man, as time flies fast.
oh no, what? Another call. It was must be another friend of mine.
Well, there is some news I didn't want to spoil, but I think the rest of you, should have a right to know. There is another engine on the island that no one is familiar with or even knows much of.
And who would that be,
Good
Doc?
question.
Well,
Edward-
I've only seen her
Oh.
twice.
Hmm.
She's a very strange looking engine. But the weird thing is, she's so shy. I don't know how to put it. She's a very shy kind of engine. But something about her is just very different from the normal standards of Sodor.
Yes. Here's a peculiar question for my sister Serena. Edward, do you have a secret magic? If so, how'd you get it? I don't know what she's talking about.
I didn't know, Edward. I've been around you for years. I never knew you had magic.
It's probably just Bill and Ben sharing a rumor. What? It's not a rumor. It's the magic, just like the diseasel.
If you're talking about magic, Bill and Ben, that would be Edward's magic of kindness.
Indeed. It's a blessing.
Indeed.
Plus, if I'm right, that new engine should be coming into the yard soon.
Really? I'd like to meet this engine.
Indeed.
Well, I think you get the chance, Edward. And as far as I know, she's older than you.
Anyway, let's see. Oh, to Duck, how is Dilly?
How is who?
I think Kelly is asking about the duck again.
I have not seen Dilly since last summer.
Douglas told me she's hanging at Tidmouth Holt.
Last I heard, I think she's a mother now. It's been over many years, and I think she became a mother. She has like 3 chicks now. I went by the station. I saw her having 3 duckling chicks.
3 ducklings. Wow, I guess you can call her a mother duck.
Or I guess she's related to Mother Goose.
Mother Goose would be a famous nursery rhyme, but
Yes.
it's an understatement.
Oh, here's 2 good questions. One by Katerina Kittycat saying, why doesn't Sodor have a trolley service? Technically, there's like 3. 1, there's Flora. 2, there's Toby. And 3, there's the little trolleys under the Vickerstown station.
Well, here's the funny thing. Toby is a tram engine, not a trolley, and Flora is a tram
He's a
engine.
mix. He's a mix. And Flora technically is also a tram/trolley.
Well, I guess back in the old days, trolleys were not made to be electric yet, so steam trams were available. I guess the steam trams were
They're like the first versions of trolleys.
Indeed.
But Toby's more than a trolley. He's a really nice engine. So is
Indeed.
Flora.
Old, kind, wise,
Cheerful.
Friendly.
Most of the time, unless Mavis does something stupid.
In that case, that's all the time.
As far as I know, Mavis has matured over the years, so I don't think she makes any mistakes anymore.
Not from what I've heard. According to Kate, the quarry engine, Mavis actually did something stupid just last week.
Really?
Oh my.
What happened?
Well, Kate was getting ready to leave with the stone. Mavis got impatient, and she biffed the car straight from under the hopper through the shed into the stone wall.
Oh my lord, what the heck?
When she was trying to shunt, and she said she was having engine problems. But yet she was red in the face, like she was mad about something.
So okay. I can only imagine how much Toby reacted.
Toby was kind of thrown off by this, but concerned. Especially when Mavis came down later on that day with a glum look on her face.
Maybe Mavis has a temper problem.
Maybe, but then again, I don't know. Something tells me I think Bill and Ben got to her.
Serena's asking you, Duck, who's the name of the new engine? Technically, she really wants to know. Also, there are two questions here for Edward. When was Bluffs Cove built, and what is Bluffs Cove anyway? How did it get its name?
Bluffs Cove was built, I think, when the Little Western was being built. It was right when Tidmouth Holt's sheds were being finished building, and it got its name because it was on the coast side of the beach, and I think there was Captain Callus made a bluff to the pirates about where he hid his treasure, and like he hid from the other pirates. I heard Salty telling me this, and yet I believe him, of course. So I think that's why it's got its name, and it's also a station near Bluffs Cove on Duck's branch line.
Oh, I know all about Salty and his tales.
Right, Duck?
Oh, tell me, they're great stories.
I've heard of Bluffs Cove, but according to the legend, there actually was a captain by the name of Thaddeus Bluff, I think it was, or something along those lines, who pillaged all kinds of ships on the ocean for treasure. And before he was killed, he sailed to Sodor, found a cavern along the island, somewhere along the line where he could only enter on high tide, one of the caverns. He put his ship inside to save the treasure.
Interesting.
A true story, too. Thomas found the treasure quite by accident.
Speaking of pirates, I hear Salty.
Ahoy, mateys! Arr!
Salty, how's it going?
Doing good, matey. I came from the dockside, and I heard you guys were doing a live stream. Plus Cranky was complaining again, so I had to leave him for a little while.
Cranky by heart, cranky by nature.
So yeah, you guys are doing a live stream, right? Oh yes, it's actually getting quite interesting. Although I'm planning to end it in about 15 minutes. So yeah, if anyone has any questions for Salty here, please let him know. Please ask away, matey.
Oh, here's a question for me and then Duck by Kelly Froster. Do I still pull the brass band? Only on rare occasions when it's Sodor Day or something. And then Duck, how City of Truro?
City of Truro is very fine. I actually saw him not too long ago on a run to the mainland. He actually came back to Sodor to visit.
Oh yeah, Flying Scotsman told me that he saw City of Truro too, on his way here to Sodor after the Great Railway Show.
I remember seeing the City of Truro one time before I came to Sodor. I used to work in a small little dock area on the mainland.
So that's why you're interested in the ocean.
Indeed. Oh, speaking of which, someone Syrian Harbor's production asked, Salty, were you painted blue? No. I mean, the sea's blue. I thought of it at first, but I like my red color, thank you.
But your brother's painted blue.
Yes. His name is his name is Jonathan. Jonathan was a friendly dude like me. He didn't speak in my pirate tongue though, but me and him were close.
Indeed. Oh, also to Salty, why is Cranky so cranky? Says Kelly.
Cranky my name, cranky my nature. That's the only answer I have for that.
What else is there?
Duck has a question from Kenneth Foster. To Duck, why did you like the sea after the thingy with Harold? That's a good question, matey. Why did you like the sea?
Well, it pretty much Harold educated me about the regatta. Well, lots of boats, lots of races. Supposedly it's great fun, but I've always had dreams of what lies beyond the ocean.
Vincent showed me the regatta once. Actually, I was with Hercules.
I seem to remember the time when Harold gave you the flag from the regatta after you saved the man. So that's where that flag came from, matey. I saw that in the museum a couple times.
The museum? Interesting.
That was a flag. That was one of the sails from the regatta. It was given to me as a present for helping a man to the hospital after he hurt his hand in the regatta.
Indeed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Indeed. That was a brave thing you did for that man, Duck.
You know, I also talked to Top Hat, the railway tug, about making you see the regatta. He could bring one of his rail barges. Eddie or Frank.
Oh yeah, Top Hat. I remember him quite well. I saw him one time. I just said hello. Where did the whistle come from? I honked hello to him. Although he was quite surprised that I was a diesel, although he didn't know what I was at first. But that was like a long time ago. Me and him are good friends now. Though he could be a bit vain sometimes, a bit like James a bit. But at least he doesn't complain about his pain many times. Mostly he complains about being clean.
I swear, one time I went to Big City Port with Puffer, and I saw James Puffin with some goods train, and then I just see the most amazing thing happen. James talking with Top Hat, and they were actually like conversing and agreeing on stuff about being the best and splendid and everything, and sometimes not taking trains like garbage and goods. It was really funny. I just hear stuff like, "Oh, a goods train. Oh, the indignity!" And then Gordon just going like, "That's my line." And then Top Hat just saying like, "Oh, I say hello, James. How's it going, darling?"
Oh my God!
The worlds collided there.
Speaking of which, you know, I was on the mainland last week. I was passing by the museum, and you would not believe who I saw outside of the museum. People were taking photos of him. You not believe who it was. The famous old tug himself, Hercules.
Wow, interesting. I think OJ also was very friendly too.
Yes. I think OJ was there as well. Both him and Hercules. Those two were having pictures taken side by side. We talked for a good while because I had nothing to do, and it was taking like an hour or two for my next train. So we chatted for a bit. Hercules asked me how you were doing, Edward, and he was said hi, and he wanted me to tell you that he said hi along with OJ.
Oh yes, I'm doing very well. Tell them. I might take a train of China Clay to the harbor, and hopefully I'll see them. And maybe I'll talk with Puffer as well.
I'm pretty certain you will. Let's say those two. Let's say Hercules and OJ told me that you three had are quite old, but you all three of you had quite a history when you three met each other.
Yes, I remember. Top Hat delivered me on the rail tug to take me to Sodor.
Hold on. My driver's getting another phone call. Oh, yeah. What am I? I guess I'm popular all of a sudden.
For once. Oh, it looks like my sister Serena left the chat. I'll see you. Oh, she said, "See you all soon. I have to go. Bye, big bro. Love you." Oh, that's cute. I love you too, Serena. See you later. To me, do you remember dreaming about being a scarecrow? Oh, that was when I was sleeping at the quarry with Diesel. It was only because I was worried about the airport and about the summer rush not being able to come to Sodor.
I'm back.
It was a very stressful time for us all, especially since Tidless shed was knocked down the
Ah,
first time.
I heard the story about that, matey.
That was a really weird dream. It was more funny than it was a nightmare.
I seem to remember. I remember that day very well. I passed by the shit a few times. Boy, seeing it knocked down like that. It reminded me of the story of the time my shed got knocked down. By a giant crane. Oh boy, here we go again with your story, Salty. What do you expect? I love telling stories.
Hopefully someday, though, they'll solve this mystery of who this new other engine is that's coming to the island.
Indeed.
It's taking her a while. I thought she was coming soon.
Okay.
Tonight, but a lot of people keep asking.
Okay.
I mean, it is a new engine. Everybody's curious.
Okay, my driver said we'll be shutting down the stream in about 5 minutes. So we'll ask about like maybe 2 or 3 more. We'll ask about 3 questions each, or at least we'll try to ask as many questions as we can during that time. So yeah, here's one for you, Edward. Do you remember? Wait, did you answer the one with the scarecrow?
Yes.
Okay, never mind about that one. Here's a question for you, Salty. What to say? It says, Student Harbor Virgin asks, Salty, why do you have a pirate accent? That's a good question, matey. The reason why I have it is because, I fell in love with pirates. I used to talk normal a long time ago, but let's just say after a little incident with a pirate ship and some treasure, was an amazing time. So I couldn't stop talking like a pirate for years. And I guess that ship kind of banged my head a bit.
Oh, here's another question for you, Salty. What was your first impression of Mavis when you came to Sodor?
My first impression with Mavis when I first came, she was nice and kind. Unlike those troublemakers Bill and Ben, they were jealous of me just because how well I can how I can shut the cars, and how much I was treating them with and how much I was treating them with respect. Boy, were those two jealous of me. I'll still never forget at the time those two were jealous of me. However, that day I was quite upset most of the time because I was not near the sea. Boy, did I feel blue that day.
Oh, here's a one from Saddle Tank Engine 65. For everybody, what memories do you remember?
I remember the time when Sir Topham had rewarded me after helping out the quarry. He let me work at random docks. Boy, was that the happiest time of my life. So that was the greatest memory for me. My greatest memory was a time when Sir Topham had purchased me to work on the Northwestern Railway.
I remember my first day out after many years of being stuck in the shed, and also my exploit of my crank pin breaking.
What about yours, Doc?
I think my proudest day was the day I got my branch line.
Interesting.
And what about you? Bill and Ben?
I think it was when we met you, Boko. Of course, after that Diesel prank.
Oh,
We
don't.
became good friends, actually. You're
Oh.
like an uncle to us.
Indeed. I'm just hoping you guys don't do that ever again. At least not to me.
Not under my supervision, they won't.
Oh, thank you. No, okay, now what about you, Emily? What was it? What great memories do you remember? What was your greatest memory? Emily? We'll come back to her when she's ready. We'll come back to her later. Here's another one to all of us. What are you guys? What are we doing? We're doing a live stream. Well, at least for. Okay, skipping that one.
Here's 2 for me, I guess. Do you treat Thomas like your son? Or if so, what about Percy? I wouldn't say son per se. I would treat them like, I would say little brothers. I guess, you know. I never thought of them as sons. It would be kind of confusing. But like the best of friends.
Indeed.
Especially since we took mainline trains after the big engines went on strike. That was fun on the mainline.
Indeed. Oh, a certain arbors has to everyone. Do the troublesome trucks have names? Oh my. Well, besides Scruffy, Rickety, and Fred Plehay, I remember those three quite well. There was this one truck. There's this one truck. He's not really troublesome at all. A little green chap. He calls himself Lucky. He's very friendly.
Oh yes, I actually kept track of some of my friends' trucks' names. Well, other than also Hector, there's also Crash, Baxter, Dexter, Frank. Oh wait, no, there's already Frank. I think there was another one called Ted. There was another one called Bullstruck, Tobias, Homar, and I think another one called Squash. And there was a lot of crazy names. I can't remember them all. However, they did treat me nicely. I am a wizard with trucks.
Well, don't forget
another
that
part of my magic.
Well, don't forget that one troublesome truck that I just named the one that broke away from your train during the barbershop incident. The one I call Break.
Oh yes.
Or Breaker. That's it. His name was Breaker.
Breaker. Yes. Too old. Do you guys have a DeviantArt?
What's DeviantArt?
Driver told me that it's this website where people post drawings and stuff, mainly inappropriate and fan fiction, and sometimes good art.
My driver showed me a few things. Well, I remember this. I know this one guy. I think he's called James Fan 1991. He makes something called Thomas Sprites, and the way he made us looks great. Flat drawings of us. I still can't believe how well how all of us came out. Even looking at you, Edward. Even looking at the drawing of you, Edward. You look quite amazing in that drawing.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I remember him drawing me in my old livery and my new livery. Technically, in my old livery, he did a good job, but he forgot to add my British Rail icon on my side. That's the one he did forget. But other than that, he is quite good at what he does.
Yes, he did forget that. I forgot. I think Kelly Foster has one last question. How did Thomas and Percy become friends? I think that was when Percy arrived, and then after me and Thomas dealt with the mainline engines when they went on strike, Percy dealt with Annie and Clarabelle on the branch line. He did well. Thomas became friends with Percy. Percy joined the branch line after Duck took over. And then all three of them became friends. Thomas, Percy, Duck, and then also Toby.
Okay, we'll probably ask 3 more questions and then we'll have to go. Miss Kitty Cat asks, was the spiteful breakman named Dominic? Donald Douglas told me about him. Yes, that's exactly what his name was after the whole break apart, after the whole Douglas and James incident. It really wasn't. It was neither of their faults. It was neither of their faults. James didn't feel well, and Douglas trying his best to help out, but he was an old break fan.
Well, actually, there was a problem with Dominic no one really knew. You see, I actually heard that whole thing from James. He couldn't steam well that day. He lost steam at Wellsworth very badly, and climbing the hill just drained it all out of him.
Yes, and Douglas tried pushing the train, but the spiteful brake van was like too old, and then he just squashed him because of the train. With James losing steam at the front, Douglas was giving it his all at the back.
You know, guys, I have been hearing a rumor lately, but maybe just a rumor, or maybe just me from Sir Topham Hat. But I think they're rebuilding Dominic.
Interesting.
Oh no! If that brake van returns, imagine what Donald and Douglas will say.
I think they would accidentally, quote unquote, smash him again.
Okay. Here's a good one from Kelly Foster. To me, do you consider James to be your friend or not? Well, a lot of when I first came, when I first came, there were a lot of engines who doubted me. But after realizing I'm not a diesel that wants to take over the railway, I'm more of a diesel that had the same similarities as the steam engines, being threatened to be scrapped and other things like that. A lot of the engines respected me. It took a while to trust Donald for Donald Douglas to trust me. James, on the other hand, the last thing he said to me was, "The day I trust a diesel is when I run dry with a full tank of water in my tender." And everyone thought that it would never happen, but the one winter it did happen. And after taking him to the works, James apologized to me after that.
Yes, and you became friends with the Works Diesel too.
Oh yes, yes. A lot of fanfics. A lot of people that have fanfics call him by many names. Besides the work diesel, I think Basil and what other names were there?
I'd like to think. I think I remember him telling me his real name. I think it was Baxter.
Baxter. Baxter. I like that name a lot more better, to be honest. Baxter the Works Diesel. I like that very, very lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we'll probably ask 2 more questions and then we're gonna go. Let's see. Let's find some good questions though.
I think Kelly Foster's done his last questions.
Okay. Hey Edward, when did you and Boko become friends? We already answered this one.
Yeah, it's pretty much to sum it up. It was when Boko came to Sodor.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. Is there any more questions for us? If not, then that'll be it. Then that'll probably be it. Duck, is your driver playing trains?
Maybe.
I could understand that.
My fireman has that game Tane on his tablet. He plays it a lot. Basically, he can download all the models of us and then go on his own little social adventure.
Your name is pronounced Katrina.
That connection.
My bad. Here's one for you. To Edward, how did you get the nickname Eddie? I think a lot of us already know the answer to this one. Edward? Oh dear.
Don't worry, Boko. Edward's around somewhere. He's probably just getting a drink.
Actually, last I heard, before this happened, he said he's losing internet trouble.
Oh.
Well, his driver was.
Well, you know what I do find kind of funny? A lot of people said that the new engine was unknown, but here's a funny thought. She's actually been up at the works, and not a lot of people are familiar with her.
That actually makes a lot of sense, believe it or not. I guess Edward left. Possibility. I'm a lot of people asking about this right now.
There we go. My internet being ridiculous.
Oh, there you are, Edward. Okay. Anyway, the question to you was, where was it? Oh yeah. To Edward, how did you get the nickname Eddie? A lot of us already know the answer to this one.
Fun fact. It was because my first driver, back in when I was built,
Emily,
was named.
Emily, welcome back.
Oh, Emily, just
Hello.
in time. So my driver's first name back when I was on my old railway was nicknamed Eddie, or Edward in full name, and that's how I got my name. And then sometimes my driver Charlie would joke about me being called Steady Eddie, and I'd be like, Steady Eddie at the ready.
Katrina Kitty Cat asks, what do you think of SR3D shutting down? My driver told me about that. He said he has trains, and he was very upsetting to know how it shut down.
That I think my driver told me about trains, about how some person on DeviantArt sent the links to these old models by them, and they just didn't like how they weren't getting respect that they deserved. So they shut it down, and now I guess they're done.
I think hearing by Duck, or at least his driver, Duck told me a different story told me the story of what really happened.
Really? I mean, I heard it was just a rumor from me.
Well, there's a lot of things that were kind of consumed. Apparently, somebody told the big guy over at the Sodor Island 3D to go suck a fat one. That's what I was told.
Oh,
Was it YouTube? Was it a DeviantArt user named like One True Thomas fan or something?
No, it wasn't. It was actually a guy named the Fat Hat who said that to the Sodor Island 3D
freaking
creator
Fat Hat.
personally.
yeah. So technically, the One True Thomas fan got framed for all of it.
Oh dear
True
lord,
Thomas
the
fan was
Fat Hat is a real
partially
fat
responsible.
babe.
But the way that whole thing happened was basically he was releasing the old 2009 models, and the big guy at Sodor Island 3D noticed this, and he said, "Hey, can you cut it out?" The kid said, "Sure, I'll stop," and he stopped releasing them. Then a day later, the 2010s emerged. Surprisingly, all those old links started showing up, and he's like, "I thought I told you to stop." He's like, "It wasn't me." Well, the big guy checked the URLs, and wouldn't you know it, they were posted by One True Thomas fan. Or so he thought. But then he found something else hidden, though. He used One True Thomas fan's IP address to post them. It was actually Fat Hat who posted them.
So One True Thomas fan was hacked into, like, Fat Hat's hacked into his account or something.
Yep.
That's what I heard.
Dang.
And then it finally got to Sean, the big guy at Sodor Island 3D. It finally hit him. If these guys are going to keep leaking models, Sean asked the person, "Can you stop?" Fat Hat said something that I should not repeat here, but he basically told Sean to go suck one, and then after that, Sean said, "You know what? You guys don't deserve the content. Screw you all."
Oh my.
But yep, this is exactly how Duck told me. Duck, you have a question from Sodian Harbor Productions. To Duck, do you have a rap battle with Diesel? Now, unless you're referring to the Victor Tantic short that I saw that my driver showed me, I'm not sure.
Duck, did you ever have a rap battle before?
I did once with Diesel, but that was only a Victor Tanzig series, and that was out of pure fun. But other than that, no. I've been trying to stay away from that kind of stuff.
Interesting. Oh, Kelly Foster says to everyone, "I'm going to leave the chat now and watch the rest of it. Thanks for the fun, engines. Chat to you all again soon." No problem, Kelly. We'll see you next time.
Indeed, and I think this is where we should end it. So yeah, thank you all for watching this great live stream. Possibly we might do one again soon. Where and when, we don't know. But until then, folks, this is Boko, along with my friends, Duck, Edward, and Emily, saying thank you all for watching this live stream, and I hope we all meet each other again soon.
Indeed. We'll see you next time.
Ahar! Goodbye, mateys! Ahar! Yep. Yep.
Bye.
Yep. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, you all.
So long!